right. I think we're live. I'm not sure if we're live. We might be live. We might not be live. Okay. I don't know if the. I know on Twitch we're definitely live because Twitch is cool. Twitch is quick with it. But I don't know about YouTube. I don't know about YouTube yet. So we'll take a look here. We'll take a look. It says excellent collection. Let's take a look. All right. Okay. I've been talking for the last like 20. I've been talking for like the last 20 30 seconds, and it wasn't live for everyone. It was live for like Twitch, but it wasn't live for everyone. So we are now live. I know that we're live now, so on YouTube at least. We've been live on Twitch for a little bit. So what is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Today we got a great show for you guys. Gonna be talking about a lot of different Switch 2 stuff. Got the EVO 2025. Did I put 2026? I might have put 2026 in the thumbnail. No, I didn't put anything in the thumbnail. Sorry. Okay, yeah, EVO 2025 lineup. Okay, I did not put 2026. I thought I put 2026, but I just removed the text completely. More Switch 2 talk, more of your questions, Q&A, all of that. So we should have a good one for you guys, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please make sure you hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming right now. So hit that like button. Let them know. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's get into the shout outs though. I know a lot of you guys are here. So what's good to everybody? Yo, Dior, what's up, Dior? Welcome to the stream. Shout outs to Party Man Brothership. What's up, Party Man? Jeffrey Tucker, Dior here first again. Anthony Smith, what is good? Shout outs to V with the Ambu tier for 85 months. The longest tenured elite ninja by far. V. We're going on 10 years. 9 years. It's getting to the point where I got to start counting up. V with the 85 months of Ambu. Not the tune-in, not the Jonin, but the Ambu tier support. Wow. Thank you so much, V. I appreciate that. The big 85. Much love. How'd you like Raw on Monday? The Netflix Raw. Was it fun? Also, D Money with the 49 months as well. Thank you so much, D Money. Appreciate the 49 months. Shout outs to Nin128. He says, I'm sweet. I'm playing my black market Switch 2. Kind of sucks. Can't wait for Switch 3. I saw people saying Nintendo, there's a black market Switch 2. Somebody's bought the Switch 2 on the black market. I saw that. I saw that on Twitter. I saw like Prime talk about it. I think somebody brought it up here and I'm like, okay. There's an infamous Switch 2 on the black market right now that somebody's gonna buy for a lot of Skrilla. Rena Habag is here. What's up, Rena? How you doing today, young lady? How's school and everything going? Let's see. Hope you and your family are okay. Because guys, I do not live in Los Angeles. I don't know why people keep on. I've never said that I live in Los Angeles. I'm fine. I wouldn't be streaming if I. First of all, love and prayers. Shout outs to the people that are in there that are dealing with the wildfires. But guys, trust me, I would not be. I would not be streaming right now if my family or if I was in trouble. I don't live in Los Angeles, guys. I don't live in Los Angeles. I don't know why people think I live in Los Angeles. I don't. I live very far. I live hundreds of miles away from Los Angeles. I don't live near there. But thank you. I appreciate the thought, guys. But I do not live in Los Angeles. I don't have any family in Los Angeles. So yeah. I mean, like I said, prayers up to all the people there, and hopefully everything can get under control. With the wildfires. But I don't live there. So I mean, I don't know why people think I live in Los Angeles. I don't. So yeah, but anyway, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Everybody's good though, Joseph. I appreciate it. Appreciate the thought. But I've had a lot of people come say, "Hey, oh man, hope you're okay, California." I'm like, I don't live in Los Angeles. You got to give that support and love to the people that are actually affected. Don't waste it on me. Don't waste it on me. I'm good. So yeah, yes, California is a very big state, guys. I do think sometimes people think that California is split into two parts. San Francisco, Los Angeles. I do think people that are not from here see California as like, oh, it's just San Francisco, Los Angeles, and that's it. You know, I think that's how some people see it. It's like, oh, Los Angeles, that means everyone's on fire. You know, like the whole Southern California. That means everyone's burning to hell and back. So no. California is very big, guys. Very, very, very big. I am nowhere near the wildfires. Yeah, I would not be streaming in a wildfire zone. I would not be, and I would not be jovial either. If my family or somebody was affected, I would not be sitting here smiling and streaming. You know, but once again, big love to the people. There's a lot of people that, you know, acquaintances that I've seen online that have, you know, houses went up in fire, like people that are saying, you know, stuff. So I'm sorry for the people there, you know, and it's very unfortunate, but yeah. So yeah. Clabby, with the Dawn Knight says, watch out for the stay safe, OJ. Watch out for the fire. There is no fire where I'm at. Yeah, thank you for the Dawn 99, Clabby. But I am not in any wildfire danger, guys. There is no wildfire here where I'm at. So I'm hundreds and hundreds of miles away. So yeah. Thank you for the Dawn 99, Clabby. Appreciate that though. You are now the Hokage in streaming. Anybody does a Dawn 99 or more, you can beat out Clabby 99 on the board. The Gale Force winds have been really something. The fires out of control. Yeah. Now, you know, Paul, I hope I don't think you're in the area either. I don't think it's where your area is at. So I think you're good, right, Paul? I'm pretty sure you're good because I don't think it's in your area. But no, I'm fine, guys. I am good. Let's see here. Shout outs to Chris Gamer ST with the 44 months. Thank you so much, Chris Gamer ST. I appreciate that. Yes, definitely not a good idea to stream in a wildfire zone. Or if your family was being affected, I definitely would be out there trying to help them, you know, trying to. Superpower man, what's good, man? Welcome. Sup, OJ, going to a new job interview soon. Wish me luck. Hey, man, got the power of the elite ninja behind you. 2025. What's up, Kevin the Speedster? What's up? Like, I have to mute all Nintendo related platforms. They'll announce Switch 2 on their own terms. It's okay, man. This is nowhere near as annoying as the Switch 1. Switch 1 was way worse. Switch 1 was like 10 times worse. Love the Hurt Syndicate. I love the Hurt Syndicate. Okay, cool. Switch 1 was like, the problem with Switch 1, like Switch 1 was like, it was like the Nvidia versus AMD wars. That was like 10 times worse than like third-party manufacturers like putting out cases and stuff. Let's see. Have you evacuated yet? Let's bet some Sticker Brush Symphony. I'm not. It's like I'm literally the meme right now. Not to make light of the situation, but I'm literally the dog. Everything's just burning around me. You guys can't see it. I'm using a green screen. But everything's fine. I'm fine. You know, that's what's going on right now. You guys can't see it, but don't worry. I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine. Let's see here. Shout outs to Clabby. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. Multiple donos coming in from Clabby. DKC3. All right, DKC3. Sticker brush from DKC3. Is there a sticker brush from DKC3? I don't see it on here. Yeah, I don't see sticker brush from DKC3. I see it from other places, but I don't think this is it. Let me double check. Sticker brush. Let's see. I still remember Metal Dave being completely down. Yeah, man, that was crazy. Sticker brush, DKC3. Yeah, I don't see sticker brush from DKC3. I don't know, Clabby. Can somebody find it for me? Because I can't find it. So somebody find it for me and I'll play it. But I don't see it. Thank you for the $4.99 though. We'll get it going in just a bit. Somebody, maybe a mod, can look that up for me if they can find sticker brush. Thank you for the big 7. Appreciate that, Clabby. On the both boards, let's see here. Anybody does 7 or more, you can do that, Clabby, on the Hokage board. 5 or more, $4.99 or more, beat them out on the Stream Ninja board. Let's go, Clabby. Thank you for the big support, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the big support. Let's go. $4.99 on here. DKC2, not 3. Oh, okay, DKC2. Got you. Yeah, I know about DKC2 sticker brush. I know about that. I know all about DKC2 sticker brush. We got that right here. There we go. Thank you for the DKC music vibes. I find it funny how almost every post on Twitter is about how angry Nintendo is of the leaks, but to me, it's like It looks like they're angrier than Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo's angry at the leaks at all. Honestly, I don't really think that they're angry at the leaks. And I think that they're just going to, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. They're going to stick to their plan. I mean, yeah, sure, they don't like some of the stuff probably, but I don't think that they're that angry or they're really maneuvering in any type of way. Like, they're going to stick to their plan. No games have leaked. No OS has leaked. Nothing like that has. Just empty shells and like third-party accessories. So, well, yeah, there's some depth. I mean, obviously, like somebody has a picture of the Switch 2 system and the dock that's leaked. But I mean, you know, that's stuff that we kind of already knew was coming. So yeah, I mean, right now I think they're okay. Been loyal to your account since day one. Thank you so much, V. I appreciate that. Cali has wildfires, Florida has hurricanes, North and Midwest has blizzards. Well, there you go. Shout outs to Game Vibe with the 10 months of Tune In Tier. Thank you so much, Game Vibe, with the 10 months of Tune In Tier pledge. What's up, Triple Sub and OG Double OG? What's up, Chris Gamer? Welcome. Tay says, y'all remember reaction to the OG Switch reveal? I remember, of course. It felt like it was just like it was yesterday, man. I remember the OG reaction reveal. It was hilarious. Me and Metal Dave, it was great. It was one of the greatest reveals of all time. Still to this day, we bring it up. So that's how you know how goated the reveal was. I want to say February, at least when we get Switch 2 news. We'll probably get it before then because Nintendo's investors meeting is February 4th or so. So they're probably going to want to have the system announced by then so they can answer the questions. So I don't think, I mean, if they do announce it in February, it'll be before the investors meeting. I don't think they're going to make it to the investors meeting without having an announcement. So, well, we'll see. The best free marketing company could ask for. That's true. A lot of people are talking about it. It's literally millions of dollars of advertising between all the different channels that are talking about it, all the different videos and views that it's getting. Like, literally, it's like millions upon millions of dollars of free advertising. Like, crazy. You know? Yeah, the leaker said the 8th, and I didn't. Where's Felipe at? Felipe was like, it's going to be the 8th. It's going to be the 8th. I was like, I'm not so sure it's going to be the 8th. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a little bit after they get back from the holiday. I think they're going to double, triple, quadruple check. And then we're probably going to see it before the end of the month. So I think we'll probably see it, you know, sometime the week of the 13th, 20th, or 27th. One of those weeks, we'll probably see it before then. The investors meeting, we'll get the results early February. So like by the 4th or so, Tuesday the 4th. So I think it'll be within the next 3 weeks. We will see it. So that's my guess. But I could be wrong. Shout outs to Juice Man Bomb. People are acting like dope fiends for the Switch 2. It's like a good and a bad thing, you know. Nintendo's gonna stick to their plan though. Like, unless something crazy leaks, Nintendo's definitely gonna stick to their plan. Like, unless there's like games leaking, directs, stuff like that, then I don't think they're really gonna deviate from it too much. I don't know if there's such a thing as unreleased console in the black market. What would they use for once the console's actually released? Yeah, I haven't really heard about that too, but yeah, I don't think anything's set up to where even if it's on the black market right now, what are you gonna do with it, you know? So even if it is, I mean, whatever, like, you know, like nobody's claimed it or nobody's started to post stuff and there's no games yet. So the eShop probably isn't up and running like normally for like non-devs. So yeah, I don't know what you can do with it right now. So but no, I doubt there's any black market Switch 2 out there. Thank you, Signa. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. I agree. Probably before the investors meeting. Probably before it. Hey, what's up, Creosa Bomb? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Shout outs to George FT as well. I know if we'd know about it. I mean, yeah, I think that if it wasn't the black market, somebody would probably. I mean, black market stuff, you don't normally see that, but I mean, I think somebody would definitely have got something on there if it was there. It was just kind of like a rumor, but I think it was not even a rumor. I think it was just somebody just said something. I don't think it was even like a real thing, to be honest. Will Nintendo pull an available now on us like Sega Saturn? Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. That because Sega Saturn was a failure and that was a bad idea. So Nintendo's not going to copy a failed idea. It's like Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan until your stuff gets leaked or something of that nature, until you get punched in the face. Yeah. All right, take it easy, Velvet, or take it easy, V. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Thank you for the 85 months as well. Nintendo should announce it March 31st, like at 11:59 p.m. or yeah, 11:59 p.m. like the latest possible time that you can announce it. So yeah, that would be great. I would love that. Ambu Ninja Cheese Lover with the $5 Ninja Peach.
I watch from the shadows. Also giving music choice options to Rena Habak and TGBM Dior.
All right.
Now back to the shadows.
Let's go. Shout outs to Ambu Ninja Cheese Lover. I love the name. And yeah, so Dior, if you want to track, let me know. And Rena, if you want to track, let me know. We got a Ninja Cheese Lover gifting you guys some music there to the faithful. Shout outs. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Ambu Cheese Ninja Lover. And you are the Ambu Cheese Ninja Lover Stream Ninja by $1. Anybody that's 5 or more, you can beat out Ambu Cheese Ninja Lover. Or Ambu Ninja Cheese Lover. Sorry. I gotta put the whole name, too. I gotta put the whole name. Ambu Ninja Cheese Lover. Anybody does more than that, you beat out the Ambu Ninja Cheese Lover. Clavy still got the 7 on the Hokage board, though. Thank you so much. You think it was a dumb decision that Nintendo hasn't announced it by now? Nah, it's not really a dumb decision, because the reason why it's not a dumb decision, because once again, you're getting crazy amounts of free marketing, crazy amounts of free hype. It doesn't really matter at this point. Nothing important has leaked. So people are going nuts and saying, "Oh, they should have done it. Look what's happening." Okay, a few different things have leaked, but it's not really dumb. Not right now. Now, if something like drastic leaks, then yeah, then it'd be dumb. But right now, like a dock, a Joy-Con, like, nah, that's not really anything right now. Nothing like in terms of importance has leaked yet. So I'm sure Nintendo doesn't like the leaks, but for me, they're adding to the hype. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't like some of the leaks, but the problem is that like sometimes people think that Nintendo's really dumb, you know, and they're not. I think they already knew that stuff was going to leak because everything already leaks. Like literally the Wii U, the Switch beforehand, everything does. So I think that they know the longer you wait, they're not oblivious to the obvious. By the way, I was saying that stuff's gonna start leaking. We were all saying that. So it's not like we know information that Nintendo doesn't know. It's not like we're like, oh my god, it's gonna leak, and Nintendo's like, nuh-uh. Like I think Nintendo knew this stuff could happen because it always happens. It happened with the Switch Lite, happened with the Switch OLED, happened with the Nintendo Switch, happened with the Wii U, happened with the 3DS to a degree. It's happened multiple times. So they're not dumb. They know this stuff could happen.
Valuable
you know?
items.
Shout outs to Rena Habag with the 5 gifted memberships. Hey, yo, Rena, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Oh my goodness. 22 on the board and that first. Let's go. Overclock. Oh, snapping Chris Gamer ST as well with the $10. Let's go. We're gonna get a limit break. We're gonna get a limit break today, boys and girls. Let's go. 32 on the board. You guys already know what time it is. Overclock.
Overclock Buster!
Big love to Rena Habag. Big love to Chris Gamer ST. Rena, you are now the gift ninja with the 5. Anybody does 5 or more, you can beat out Rena on the board.
Overclock Buster!
And big love to Chris Gamer ST. You're now the new Hokage and Stream Ninja. Thank you so much. Dior, what music do you want? I didn't see it. So Dior, put your music, or somebody let me know what music Dior wants. Rena, what music do you want as well? I got you too, young lady. Shout outs to Chris Gamer. Sweeping the board. Anybody that does 10 or more, you can beat out Chris Gamer on the board. And he says the most important thing hasn't leaked, and that's the games. The games will always be the most important thing. I think a lot of people don't realize how, and I hate to say this. I hate to say this because I think it's just internet, but I think a lot of people don't realize how important games are. Like, I really think a lot of people, and I know it sounds crazy, Chris Gamer, but I think people don't realize how important games are. Some people don't realize that, or they selectively want to realize that. They select when it doesn't fit what they like. They don't want to realize it. They want to talk about everything else, but then when it comes to something that they do like, they want to talk about games. You know, so I think some people don't realize that, but it is. That's the most important thing. It'll always be the most important thing, regardless of whatever stuff people want to say. Big love to Rena Signia with the gifted membership. Nathan Pratt. Yo, Chris Pratt's brother, Timothy McDonald, Bit Goblin, is it Azreem 69. Thank you for the membership. Shout outs to Rena. Sortable shelves. I feel like if the would be far more upset if unrevealed games for Switch 2. Yes,
Valuable items.
I agree. Jacob Dressback with the gifted membership as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Jacob Dressback with the gift. Let's go. 34 on the board. We could get a platinum tonight, guys. We could get that limit break. Let's go. Who plays games? I just stare at my Switch, says Justin. I know, seriously. That's what some people just do. Some people just stare at their Switch. Let's see here. Nintendo, when people Switch 2 will be announced today. We gotta see the meme. Oh yeah, the laughing guy in the car when Nintendo finally. Oh, Nintendo when people thought the Switch 2. Okay, let me add that in. When people thought the Switch 2 would be announced today. Yeah, that's definitely people right here. This is definitely Nintendo. They're just like, yeah. Nah. They're just laughing. They're just laughing. They're just laughing, man. They do not care. Shout out to J2. Thank you for the $5 dono. And also, it's your boy Ralphie with the $5. Says, what up, OJ? Switch 2 so close. I can taste it. LOL. We can taste it. My brothers and sisters, we can taste it. I can also taste the 44 on the board, the 45-minute extension on stream. I can taste that as well. Let's go. Shout outs to J2. Shout outs to it's your boy Ralphie as well. Y'all out here with the big love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, guys. Look at the combos up. My combo breaker stopped working, though. It's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, you know why my combo breaker stopped working? I just figured it out. So let me tell you guys the reason why my combo breaker stopped working. So I have it on a file on a separate like folder that I use for my my SSD that I bought, right? And out of nowhere, all the files that I downloaded for my videos, for everything, like my YouTube videos, for some reason that file just exploded and just died. I don't know why I can't access it on there, so I don't know what happened. Either way, I tried unplugging it, then replugging it. Whatever the case is, it's just not working, so that's the reason why. So I'll have to re-download it. I just figured that out. Yeah, having a strong lineup of games in the first year certainly helped Nintendo. The Switch 2 needs another year, 2017. Yeah, definitely. Definitely having another strong year like that will be good for the system. On my second playthrough of Xenoblade 3 right now. Hey, let's go, Tay. The 50 Cent laughing in the car meme. Is that 50 Cent? I don't think that's 50 Cent. Oh, okay, you mean the other one where he rolls up and then he laughs, then he speeds off? Okay, you mean that one. I thought you were talking about the other one there. Shout outs. Can you play Tomorrow's Mine Bayonetta? I can play the instrumental. I can't play the lyrics, the lady claim stuff. Tomorrow is mine. So I can play the instrumental of it. Shout outs to DarmX. What's up, DarmX? Welcome to the stream. I was talking, okay, you were talking about the 50s, like where he rolls up in the car. Okay, cool, yeah. So you've been playing the first Ace Attorney on the 3DS? Nice, sounds good. Have fun. Furukawa is mean man. Replace this man. Boo this man. Boo this man. Boo this man, Furukawa. Oh man. Let's see here. Are you anywhere? I'm good, guys. I'm not anywhere near the fires. I'm good. I'm okay. Bayonetta is woke. I think Bayonetta would be like that. She'd be like the ultimate anti-woke, right? Or only because she's a female character. But she's attractive. She's an attractive female character that uses her sexuality to her advantage or how she feels like. So therefore, not woke. You know, Bayonetta's she's attractive, so therefore not woke. Let's see here. Everyone's fine, Sellout. Okay, everyone's fine. All right, man. Everyone's good. Don't worry about it. Everyone's fine. All right, we're fine. We're fine. See, do you think that aiding mouse support to play Mario Galaxy? I don't really think it's for Mario Galaxy. It's probably more for like Mario Maker or something like that, Andrew. It's like where you can drag and drop and stuff like that. So yeah. Clabby94 with another $9.99. Shout out. He says, I'm getting hyped for DK stream with the possible Switch 2 reveal not long after. This January is exciting. Let's get some more DK soundtracks up in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to get some DK soundtracks and it's going to be lit. Yes, I'm very excited for the DK stream. That's going to be awesome. 54 combos on the board. Another JoJo. 2 JoJos. Not even JoJo Friday. Let's go. And we got back on the Hokage board is Clabby94. Thank you so much, Clabby94. I appreciate that. I think you got the 17 on there. So anybody that's $17 or more, you can be on Clabby if you already supported. Just check the difference. You know the deal. Chris Gamer is still at the top of the Stream Ninja board. Thank you guys for the support tonight. I really appreciate it. And let's go
even further beyond.
Even further beyond. First month and already leaks galore. I mean, it's not really that many leaks, to be honest. It's just the same stuff being said in different type of ways. And it's third-party manufacturers, which they have no NDAs. They're not really leaking anything. They're just simply showing off their accessories. So you can call it a leak, but it's not really. There's no NDA. You know, there's no NDA on them. So yeah. How wild would it be if the leaks are all wrong and we get the Stewie Griffin shaped Switch 2? I mean, that's just that's not a feasible or attainable thing. I mean, how funny would it be if all of a sudden everybody could fly instead of walking and instead of running? Now all humans can fly. Like, what you're saying isn't feasible, so what you're saying isn't realistic. It's just not real. So I don't know how to respond, to be honest. So yeah. What's up, Oznot? Shout outs. Gonna round out here with another JoJo, then go back to lurking. Oh man, dude, Clabby would love to have you. We'd love to have you stay in chat. But yeah, if you want to lurk, man, lurking is cool. Nothing wrong with lurking. DKC music. We're gonna get a bunch of DKC music for you, man. I'm gonna go with the DKC, the old school from the Super Nintendo. Yeah, when you hear this right here, get ready for an adventure. Yo, big love to my man Clabby. 64 on the board, getting us that first 1 hour. You know the deal, Clabby. Let's go, Noah and Mio. Yeah, you got slept, Felipe. You got bodied. 1 hour max. Let's go, boys and girls. Another JoJo, 3 JoJos on the board. Yeah, Felipe, you were out here really confident that it was gonna be today. You got bodied, son. You got bodied. 27 on the board. Anybody does 27 or more, you can be down, Clabby. 94, the DK master himself. So if the games would get leaks, it might paint a picture on what Switch 2 is capable of or limited. Yeah, if the games actually leak, maybe. But once again, we'd still have to get the system, the teardown, all that, and actually do comparisons and stuff like that. But you won't know until we actually see who's actually trying and what's going on, you know? So we'll see. Let's see. The response you gave was appropriate. I'm sorry. Yeah, like a lot of times people like to put these impossible scenarios and see what people say, and I'm like, there is no scenario of it being a Stewie Griffin controller. Like, it's like flat out just not the case. So I mean, what if people could fly? What if you can go fly to go pick up your Switch 2? I don't know. Like some random scenario that's not a real thing, you know? But hey, hypothetical, I guess, right? Let's see here. Nintendo has to do something soon. They have no choice. Well, I don't think that they have no choice. They already have their plan. So they were already planning it and they're sticking to their plan. I don't think they're deviating from that plan. So it's not like they're reacting to the leaks and all that. They're just going to stick to their plan. As long as nothing crazy gets leaked out like OS and stuff like that in games, then yeah, I think they're going to stick to whenever they felt that date was. They're not waiting and don't have a date. They have a date when they're going to do things. But I think a lot of people think that Nintendo is just waiting for like a future date at some point, and that is not the case. They have everything planned out. They just are waiting to actually talk about it, or they just haven't announced it yet. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be March 8th. I think they're going to announce it before March 8th. I think they're going to announce it probably sometime in January, but I could be wrong. I think it's going to be before the investor meeting in February. So is these next level games denied what Imran Khan said? Of course they did. That's the thing that they have to do, but there ain't going to be no new there's not going to be any new Punch Out anytime soon. We all know that. Of course, they have to deny it, though. They're Nintendo first-party studio. They don't want to make it look like they've got leakers out there that can easily be, you know, swayed by a journalist or something. What Imran Khan said was he absolutely heard that from that person. He wouldn't say that. He would not make that up. It's such a random thing to make up. He wouldn't make that up. He absolutely heard that, you know. Of course, but of course they're going to deny. Doesn't mean they're not lying. I don't think Imran Khan's lying about what he said. I think that somebody maybe said that, and maybe that was their perspective, which he did put that, hey, look, that's just one person's perspective. You know, that doesn't mean the whole company feels that way. That doesn't mean it's this and that, but that's just one person's perspective. But that person absolutely said that. Whoever said that to him absolutely said that to him. But of course they're going to deny it. Of course they're going to say, no, that's not the case. Of course they're going to do that. You have to. Let's see here. People acting like Nintendo's boxed into some corner is crazy. That's true. People are acting like it's some type of, they have to do it now or they're going to die or something. It's funny. Let's see here. Nintendo has to do something. Something is a massive. Saying Nintendo has to do something is a massive cope. I don't know. I think that it's based off of what people are saying. So I can understand why, you know, someone, this is their first, you gotta remember guys, people are young, or people, they weren't around for the other console leaks and stuff like that, right? They weren't around for that. This is their first go around. So you gotta be a little bit, you know, you gotta be a little bit easy on people who don't know about this type of stuff. This is, for many people, their first experience in the social media online world of a console launch. They were too young when the Switch came out, or they don't remember when the Switch came out. They don't remember when the PlayStation, you know, 4 came out, PlayStation 5, or sorry, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or whatever. They didn't care. We didn't have Twitter like we had. We didn't have social media. We didn't have online like we've got. With the PS4, or sorry, with the PS5 and the Xbox Series, those were a little bit different because Microsoft announced it a year ahead of time, and there was just normal rumors that came out. Plus, nobody cared. You know, with the PS5, people obviously cared, and there was definitely leaks and rumors and stuff. But once again, Sony announced it well ahead of time, so it wasn't like this. The fact that Nintendo is waiting so long is building the intrigue, and people are, you know, just making. Oh, well, here's what I think. You know, they don't have any experience with this type of thing like a lot of us do. Some of us that have been around from before then, and the, you know, the time before, like the Wii U launch and all of that, and the leaks and different stuff. So you have to also remember, this is a lot of people's first rodeo. You know, they're looking at everyone saying leak and this and that and that, and they think that it's going to back Nintendo into a corner, like, oh my god, they have to, because look at all this stuff. Because people are taking it and stretching it like as if it's the second, like, you know, like all hell's gonna break loose if Nintendo doesn't say anything tomorrow, right? But because they're watching other content creators, but that's not the case. So that's the reason why I'm kind of like, hey guys, like, you know, I get why people feel that way, but that's not actually the case. So yeah. Let's see. Did you see Matt Piscatella's first year for the Switch 2? Your thoughts? I think he said it was the first for the US, and I think he said 4 point something million for the US. So that's fine. I mean, it's a little bit low, but it's, I mean, that's just what he's thinking. He's thinking that there might be supply constraints, so there's okay with that. And that's just for like the US. He also doesn't know when it's launching, so I mean, he's just given a guesstimate. He could be right, he could be wrong. If Nintendo has stock, they'll definitely do more than that, but they might have a supply constraint. They might not have as many. So I mean, it's just but once again, it's just a guess. He legitimately does not know how much they're gonna produce. He does not know when it's launching. He does not know anything. He's just guessing. So there's not really anything much to say on what he has to say. You know, like what he's just guessing. It's not about being wrong or right. He has no idea. He's just throwing out a number. So yeah. Let's see. I think Nate knows when's the date. He already said he'll do a Nintendo Switch 2 video after the Xbox One, or after an Xbox One. So I think the reveal will only happen after that. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know about all that. I made peace with the Switch 2 being base PS4 power. I think the devs will develop in cross-gen. I think you should stop worrying about what people are saying online and all that, and you should wait till you actually see the games before you start saying base PS4 power and stuff like that. It's gonna have more RAM than the PS4. It's gonna have newer technology than the PS4. It's gonna have DLSS. The PS4 doesn't have that. So if I were you, stop listening to what other people are saying and making peace and all this bullshit. That's not even like, let's wait till we actually get the system, get the games, and then you can make peace with whatever you want to once it's actually out, instead of worrying about what other people are saying when they are literally guessing just like anybody else, you know? So I think we should actually wait till we actually get stuff, Corey, before you make peace, and just be excited for the system itself. Let's wait for that. Let's see here. It'll be like when we saw Switch play Skyrim and people were surprised that Doom 2016 was coming. Yeah, I mean, the first thing that people said when Skyrim was coming is that it's the Xbox 360 version. No, the Switch can't play it based off of the leaked specs, based off of Digital Foundry, based off of this and that. There's no way Switch can get the PS4 version of Skyrim, and there's no way it's that, this and that, even though it was literally the PS4 version of Skyrim. Like, you can do the comparison from what they showed, and it's literally the PS4 version, but people were saying Digital Foundry, I've made peace with this. People were saying, that's just like, wait till the system comes out. Like, yes, Digital Foundry, they have knowledge and all that. That's good for them, but they're guessing. They don't know everything. They're guessing based off of leaks. They're just guessing. They don't have everything. They're not developing games. They don't know. And they said a lot of things before the Switch came out that ended up not being necessarily correct. And then they say, impossible port, impossible port, impossible port. Then they make videos saying they're impossible, you know, which people started using that term. So let's wait till the system actually comes out, and then we can start talking about that and what or not. So I read the rest of your comment. What I'm saying is that, like, people just need to relax, you know. People need to just relax. So yeah. No, Digital Foundry's not wrong. They're just guessing, guys. They're just guessing, estimating. Once again, we have to actually get the system itself, and then we can see. They're just guessing, which they say that. They're not saying that they're definitively right. Watch the video. They're not saying that either. They're just guessing based off of whatever, you know, based off of, oh, well, we know this, so we're going to take a PC and plug it in. But they even say, like, hey, you can't really compare it to anything that's on the market. You got to wait, you know, because it's going to be custom built. So yeah. Let's see here. What about Dragon Quest Heroes Digital Foundry video? I don't remember the Dragon Quest Heroes Digital Foundry video. Well, I gotta watch my language. But yeah, it's just, I just find it funny. There's a lot of funny people that are out there. It's hilarious. I see people getting mad at Nintendo for not announcing it, saying how dumb Nintendo is. Everyone else is smarter. I mean, like I said before, this is the same thing that happened with the backwards compatibility. When people were saying that Nintendo's not going to do it because they haven't announced it yet, because this and that, it wasn't because they truly felt that. It's because they think Nintendo's stupid. It wasn't because there was any evidence or anything that was logical. It was because they think Nintendo's dumb and they are smarter than them. That's really what it was. I am convinced that was the case because I went back and looked and there was nothing. MVG didn't say that there wasn't going to be backwards compatibility. He didn't say that. People took that and ran, and then they ran with narrative. So it's a very similar thing right now. And it's, oh, well, Nintendo's dumb. And you see it all the time, right? Don't get me wrong. Every company makes mistakes and you can call them out on those mistakes and that's fine. But Nintendo's not dumb. Microsoft's not dumb. Sony's not dumb. None of these companies are dumb. They make mistakes. Sure, everybody makes mistakes. Sure, there are people. They're ran by people. People say it's a corporation, but it's ran by people. So people are not perfect. So there's going to be mistakes. And there's not a single company that has not made a mistake this generation. Not a single one. Sony, Concord, hello. Xbox, hello. System sales. So, like, the reason why people think certain things is because they think Nintendo's stupid. Not because of any actuality that they can prove. It's just, oh, well, they're dumb because they wouldn't do backwards compatibility because they're stupid. You know, that's really it. Let's see here. I think Mama Essence knows the Switch release date. I've asked her about the Switch release date. She does not know it. I don't know who the Super Bowl matchup's going to be. It's like when we saw the Switch. Okay, I already read that. My bad. Yeah. So yeah, too much anger over this. Oh, well, it's kind of funny though. Yeah, I think it's funny too, man. I think it's funny, but I'm looking forward to actually seeing the games that come out and actually seeing that, because I think that's going to be super impressive. So yeah, people ignore the fact that the handheld, they've had backwards compatibility outside of the OG Game Boy. Yeah, and when I said that, what was I called? A fanboy, a drone, a moron. Didn't you see that? Didn't you see the Wii U to the Switch? Like, that's what you were called. You were said, no, no, you're stupid. No, you're damage control. I'm like, I'm not arguing with complete morons. I'm not gonna argue with complete morons, you know, because a lot of people are really stupid. So I'm not arguing with you guys on this one. It's a silly discussion. So yeah. One of the biggest things people are overlooking is the fact that games will be optimized for specific Switch 2 hardware, which will make games look better than people think. Well, yes, some will, for sure. So that's going to be a thing it's going to be a nice advantage once we get that. So yeah. I don't even know what PS4 Pro levels are. I don't know. I have a PS4 Pro and I don't know what PS4 Pro levels are, because PS4 Pro barely looks better than the PS4. So I'm not even sure what PS4 Pro levels are. To be honest, I'll keep it a buck. And I've also played games on PS5 and also on PS4, and there's games that look very similar. Very, very similar running on a PS5 Pro and running on a PS4 Pro. Running on a PS5 and a PS4 Pro. There's games that look literally identical. Or very similar, or it's a little bit sharper. So I'm not even sure what PS4 Pro power is. I don't think anybody can even define that. Oh man, let's see. Corey with the $5. It says, do you believe they'll offer enhanced back compat? I think it's just a guess. I want your take. Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. I made videos on that as well, Corey. So if you want to see what games I think would be good, check out my channel. It's there. So yeah, absolutely. I talked about the 10 best games that they can port over. I talked about games that should come to Switch 2, backwards compatible, how they'll do it. Like I've actually discussed that at length in a video. So if you want to see what games I think would be coming, you can check out that, like Zelda. There's other games that I talked about in my video as well. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the $5, Corey. I appreciate that, brother. Let's go. Is that 70 on the board? I think that's 70 on the board. I think, or did I already add it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think I did though. 65 shout outs, man. Thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. But yeah, I do think that they will add more stuff. They could do back compat stuff. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's get this next track, or let's get this next thing going here, though. I'm going to bring up this for you, Corey. If you want to watch that video, if you're interested in how I think about backwards compatibility, I'm going to pull up that video for you because it wasn't too long ago. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Get us to 124,000 subscribers. All right, give me 1 second. Here we go. Yeah, 10 big Nintendo Switch game upgrades for Switch 2. December 30th. That was on the last day. You were probably busy with family. Notification bell. Will you wait in line for Switch 2? No, because it'll come shipped to my house. Because I'll be probably just be picking it up, shipped to my house, or I'll be just, you know, Best Buy, in-store pickup. So I don't think I'll wait in line. I think I'll just be able to go in there and pick it up. One of the biggest advantages consoles have is the fact that proprietary hardware that devs can directly develop for. Yeah, it's not the exact same thing as like making like for PC. Like that's what Digital Foundry's doing. They're simply just grabbing PC parts and grabbing other stuff and saying, hey, this is what we think it can be around, you know, and giving us an estimate. And they've even stated, hey, this is not going to be, I mean, it could be better, it could be this or that or whatever. They're just giving an estimate. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing the games once they come out. Everything's okay. Super Christian Me World. If my family and if there was a problem, I wouldn't be streaming right now. I'm hundreds and hundreds of miles away. So California is very big. For those who don't know, let me break down California real quick. So I mean, maybe this will be the last time because I've gotten this too much. So so California is very big. Okay, so it's like actually massive, but everything's good. So if you look here on this map, this is a very big state. You see Phoenix? This is Phoenix. You see Nevada? You see Nevada? See how California spans 2 states, Nevada and Phoenix? California is very, very, very big. Los Angeles is literally the size of some states in the East Coast. So Los Angeles is here. Everybody over here is literally, there's hundreds of miles of California, you know? That's nowhere near this right here. So just keep that in mind, okay, guys? So I just want to give you guys a little bit of a visual for those who don't know, because California, like, I think people think that California is like one place. Like Los Angeles is like everything, because I've gotten that way too much, and I would seem and I'm not like, you know, I'm not like stressed right now. And if I was in a fire, or if my family was in a fire, I wouldn't be streaming right now. So just keep in mind, guys. Like Central California, that's like here. I'm in Central California, okay? And then there's like big old Northern California that literally could be its own state. Like if you cut it off right here, it's almost as big as Utah by itself. So like it's here, and it's not even all of here in Los Angeles. It's like one specific area, I think, like right around like right here in Los Angeles. So if you live over here in LA County, or over here, or if you're in San Diego, or if you're in like any of these other places, you're fine. So most people, this is a valley and the winds aren't gonna blow where the fire would be there. Also here in this central area, the air quality's bad, so fires need good air quality to burn. So it's just a problem. It wouldn't blow all the way up here. Once again, it's just too far the distance. I'm hundreds and hundreds of miles away from there. So just giving you guys a little bit of a visual. So just because someone lives in California does not mean that they're getting burned alive right now, okay? Because California is massive. So just giving you guys a little heads up. I got to do that just for those that I know a lot of people are asking. So I just wanted to give you guys a visual on California for those who don't know. But trust me, if there was something wrong, I would not be streaming right now. And if I was anywhere near a fire, or if my family was there, I'd be with my family right now. And I would not be streaming. So there you go. But yes, prayers out, shout outs to everybody that's affected. You know, hopefully they can, you know, hopefully everything's good on that, you know. Sorry about that, guys. Wait, there's other places outside of San Fran, Oakland, and LA? Yes. Central California just seems to be literally ignored. Like that whole center part, I think people think that there's like it doesn't exist. So yeah. The US is so spaced out. Yeah, it's California is very big. I think people don't realize how big California is. Like I said, but it spans literally across Nevada and Phoenix, 2 states. You know, so yeah. When it came to settling in California, they got tired of drawing division lines. They just nabbed the entire West Coast state as a historical lesson. There you go. Well, it all makes sense why you stream at this time. I'm Jersey. You're 3 hours behind me. Yeah, I've made it clear that I'm in West Coast. I think I've said that multiple times. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I meant, sorry, my bad. Arizona. Sorry, I think I said Phoenix, but I meant Phoenix is a city inside. Arizona. The state's Arizona, the city is Phoenix. But yeah, I meant Arizona, my bad. So across Arizona and Nevada. I don't know about any high-speed rail, man. No, I don't know about all that. I'm Kentucky born and raised here, good old Confederate state of America. We are praying for the people in Southern California. It's not all Southern California. It's just a specific area in Southern California. If you're in San Diego, you're in Southern California, and there's no problem there. So it's just a specific area in Los Angeles and LA County. So it's not all of Southern California. It's just the part of Southern California, one area in Southern California. But yeah, if you're in San Diego, which is also Southern California, very close to the border. The Mexican border. San Diego is fine from what I understand. Now, I don't know. It could spread, but yeah, I'm okay, guys. I'm good. I am legitimately nowhere near it. So, yeah, but I don't know about a high-speed rail, Corey. I have no idea. Let's see here. Let's see, are you physical or digital guy with your games? I usually buy my games physical. Yeah. I heard from a reliable source that you're so dedicated you'll stream through the fire. Yeah, I know. I'll just stream right through it. You know, who cares? Oh man, OJ's so dedicated he'll just stream right through it, man. OJ's reading Rainbow more than I do think that people don't know how big California is. So I'm glad that I actually did that. So. Yeah, I'm glad that I did that. I think people need to actually see a visual of how big California is. A lot of times people don't realize how big California is. So glad I can help out for those. I mean, listen, I could get better with my countries in Europe and all that, man. Like I get fascinated when I look at the European map because, like, you know, I don't look at it very often. So not everybody lives here. So I just wanted to give you guys a little visual. I'm fine though. Thank you for looking out for my own well-being. I do appreciate that, but I'm okay. That love and that support and that concern needs to go to the actual people, you know, there. But I'm okay. I'm good. 6 to 9 months. I don't have any family in Los Angeles either, so keep that in mind. I don't have any family in Los Angeles. I don't have any, you know. I have a few friends, but I think all my friends that are there, they've gotten away. They're good, so, you know. But yeah, I don't have any family in Los Angeles. Zero. 6 to 9 months says, nice anniversary of the Ninja Village for me. Do you still think we'll get Xenoblade Chronicles X news this week? Also, can you play Gear Getaway from Smash Ultimate? I think it's definitely possible that we get Smash, or not Smash. We get Xenoblade news this week, yeah. I think it's possible. I think it's definitely possible. We're gonna have to wait and see. I can't wait for it because it's gonna be, we're gonna get Nintendo. They're gonna say that they're trolling, you know, that they're trolling us. So I can't wait for the meltdowns. That's gonna be great. Delay the Nintendo Direct because of California. I don't think Nintendo's gonna delay it because of California. Nintendo's headquarters they closed down their San Francisco. Well, they have an office. They have an office in San Francisco. But they have a. No, they don't have an office in San Francisco anymore. They closed that down. They have their PR is in San Francisco. They have a PR building there, but they have a. They're in Seattle, which I went to Seattle before for an event. I think it was for Splatoon. I went to Seattle. Yeah, for Splatoon. I forgot. Last year I traveled a lot between Seattle. I think I made 2 trips to Seattle and 2 separate trips to San Francisco. So 4 total trips last year. So yeah. But yeah, they've got Seattle is where they're at. They're up in Seattle now. Doesn't matter how big California is. We love you, brother. That's all that matters. God bless you. Hey, shout outs, Roger. I appreciate that. I'm pretty sure Billy Joel didn't start the fire. No, I don't. I think there's a joke there somewhere. But I mean, I'm not joking with people's fires and stuff like. And like people, a lot of people are. There's a lot of suffering going on. So I don't know. I'm not gonna take it that far, I guess. I used to have friends and family in LA, but most of them moved to NC and Texas. Yeah, a lot of people have moved, which is good. I hope more people move. I want more people to move out. So hopefully, the prices go down. That's what I want, the prices to go down, man. So you ever think about the new Switch was going to have a different design? Those leaks just show a better Switch, which is all I ever wanted. Gonna have a different design. No, it's gonna be like a Switch. It's gonna be like a Switch, Vegeta. So it's gonna look like a Switch. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a few different design elements. Obviously, the Joy-Con looks a bit different. There's new features on it, but no, it's gonna be like DS to 3DS. That's the DS and the 3DS look alike. So it's gonna be like that, you know. Stay out of Houston, says King Cagney. Stay out of Houston. I'm not going. Although, no, I actually have a friend. My wife has a friend there, so I know she's gonna go visit her. But yeah, you know, nothing wrong with Houston. You know where to go. We are full. Oh, okay. You mean stay out of Houston as you don't want people to go there because yeah, people were moving there a lot. People were moving to Houston a lot after like COVID and stuff. Hey, what's up? That's it. Welcome. Nintendo cancels one direct in one place because Queen died, and all of a sudden people think they won't announce anything because I stubbed my toe. Okay. Here in LA, 15 miles from the big fires, 9.5 miles away from their fires, and there are a couple others as well, but not close. Yeah, I hope Paul Gale needs your love. Hopefully, your prayers and your love. Hopefully, it doesn't spread to where he's at because he's down there. So, Paul Gale, stay safe, brother. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing okay, man. But I mean, like I said, yeah, it's getting kind of close, but you're still okay for now. Razor said, let CA, I think meant left CA over a decade ago to watch your content for Central Valley nostalgia. Well, shout outs, Julius. Appreciate you, man. If you and your wife come to Houston, let's see. Houston, what is that? I don't know what that is. On me? I don't know what that means. King Cagney. Houses are gonna be built in my neighborhood. Houses are gonna be built in your neighborhood. Aaron Fox is not anymore. In a field across my house. Okay, congrats. Congrats to you, man. I guess your neighborhood's getting bigger. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. You want to have neighbors? Shout outs to my man Vats and good to see you here. Nintendo out here literally trolling us, letting Genki do their thing. There's nothing they can do to stop Genki. So I don't think Nintendo's trolling anything. Or they can't stop them. Why are they going to be able to stop them? They don't have an NDA. There's nothing that they can legally do to Genki. It's just an accessory. It's not the actual Switch 2. It's just third-party controllers. They can make those. They're fine. So yeah. It's a Cajun seafood restaurant. Oh, seafood kitchen. I have no idea. No, I did not know what that is. I don't even know how to say it. Papa. It sounds like is that Papa Doc from? I don't know how to say that name. Papa Doe. Let's see here. Shout out to the Cajun food though. Cajun seafood. That sounds delicious. Sorry, not anymore. Delayed Nintendo being in San Fran. Just noticed I wasn't. What? Okay, whatever. Papa Doe? Papa Doc? Papa Doc had one? Shout outs. Oh, man. Let's see here, bro. Houston and Atlanta have the worst traffic now. I bet, man. This guy's a gangster. His real name is Clarence. And Clarence's parents have a real good marriage. Clarence lives at home with both parents, and both parents have a real good marriage. Let's see your shout outs. Let's go. Papa does. Papa does. Papa don't. Papa do. Papa can. Let's see here. Same for Austin getting too expensive. Yeah, I heard it's getting expensive in a lot of places because people are all moving. Like big businesses are starting to move to you know, certain parts in Texas and stuff like that. So it's getting way more pricey. It's getting way more pricey in a lot of these areas that were historically not as pricey. So yeah, that's definitely probably not appreciated. so there's also that as well, man. There's also that as well. So it's all good though. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button yet, make sure you hit that like button. Appreciate that. Let's go. We can also go over the EVO lineup as well. EVO lineup. Here are the EVO lineup for 2025. Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Guilty Gear Strive, which there will be a Nintendo Switch version coming, and apparently it's in 60 frames per second. So they're getting all the frames there. So if you're into Guilty Gear, check it out. It's coming this month, January. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. That's the upgrade of Grand Blue Fantasy versus. Under Night and Birth 2 Sis Cells. Mortal Kombat 1 somehow made it in. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. That's the new game, right? Coming. And last one. Gonna take me for a ride. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is back. When's Marvel, baby? Hey, let's go. When's Marvel? When's Marvel? So yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 coming back. Or I think it might have been at last year's. I don't know, but it's here. I'm here. So EVO's gonna be fun, man. I always watch EVO. I don't watch all the tournaments all year because they take too long and they're boring at times. But I always watch EVO. I always watch Championship Sunday. I love watching Street Fighter and Tekken and you know, I like watching. I'll be honest, I like watching Mortal Kombat because like the Mortal Kombat gameplay is fun. I don't know about Mortal Kombat 1. I haven't really been watching that, but I'll probably watch it. So yeah, Championship Sunday should be a lot of fun. EVO gearing up. So EVO is coming. When is EVO? Which is planned this summer. But January 14th is when the announcement. But these are the games. Last year was MVC 3. Okay, cool. He says I'm paying 3 times the rent. Yeah, man, like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. The mortgage went up so much here. And house prices went up so much here. When I bought this house, I cried. I literally cried how much I had to pay for the down payment for this house when I bought it last year. Like literally one single tear just went down, and I was eating top ramen. I'm still eating top ramen only. My wife and my child, they eat good, but I only eat top ramen. Let's see here. Smash fans out here crying, "Where's Smash Ultimate? Where's Melee?" They're actually not, because they know why. They know why they're not there. The funny thing about I think that the Smash audience has realized that they're gonna be gutter for the foreseeable future. There are just, until all of the old guard gets out and they get some new people in that know what the hell they're doing, Smash Brothers is gonna be screwed. Smash Brothers is going to be screwed because there's too many lockstone set old fossil dinosaurs there that don't know what they're doing when it comes to this competitive Smash community, that are resentful and bitter and don't know what they're doing. So I don't ever see Smash getting big, even though Smash is like the best-selling fighting game ever in terms of Smash Ultimate. I don't ever see it getting big because the people that are running the tournament scene are morons at times. Now, they're not all morons and dumb people, but there are way too many stupid people in that scene that have positions of power. So I don't ever see Smash becoming like a normal or a staple. Also, on top of that, Sony did buy EVO, so of course, you know, there's an issue. There's a conflict of interest there because Sony bought EVO. They literally bought the whole thing. So there's that too as well. Do you love the competitive Smash community? No, I do not love the competitive Smash community. I have many friends in the competitive Smash community, or that have been in it. I like Void, I like Nakat, You know, there's people that I talk to. I like Technicals, which I don't know if he's in it, but he makes videos on it. You know, I've spoke with other people in the community as well. But there's too many people that, like I said, are too cocky, too arrogant, and too stupid to steer Smash in the right direction. So yeah, the competitive Smash community is toxic trash. There's definitely a lot of toxic trash in there. There's a lot of good people, but there's a lot of stupid toxic trash too as well. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale Revival? Yeah, right. I don't see that happening. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I mean, maybe, but I don't see it happening. They also don't know how to use deodorant. Gotta get them on the deodorant. I want to buy a house, but the house prices are insane. Rent just seems like I'm throwing the money away, sort of stuck down. Yeah, that's how a lot of people are, man. It's like you want to buy a house, but houses cost too much. Rent is cheaper for the most part, or sometimes, but then it's like you're not owning anything. But interest rates are so high, it makes like it feels like it makes you want to tear your hair out. You know, thankfully for me, I live in a cheaper area and I've been able to, you know, I had a house at a good price and I was able to sell it and stuff like that. But I feel for the people that are now, like if you're a young man or a young woman, or you're just kind of getting your bearings straight and setting in this you know, environment, it's terrible. And there's not like there's going to be anything that's going to help you either. There's no incentives. There's no real, I mean, there's FHA, so you might want to try that. FHA is good. You know, first time home buyer. But outside of that, man, like, you gotta move to somewhere that's cheaper, or you gotta do something, but your job might be where you're at and there's nowhere that you can transfer to, so you're just stuck, and it sucks, man. I feel you, dude. I honestly feel you. You know, that might be the only good thing about being old, is that I was able to get in, you know, when when buying a house wasn't crazy, you know, like, so that's the lucky thing for me. I've been in my house for 7 years and the value's gone up 150K. Check this out, bro. The value of my house that I just bought has went up like almost 90K, and I bought it last year. Legitimately went up almost 90K. Well, I did renovate it, so that also helped boost the value. But without the renovations, it's went up about 50K. So it's literally almost went up like 100K in a year. You know, so it's crazy. Value of houses are skyrocketing. Like, I'm looking at the house prices now and I'm like, you know, and they're going for $150,000 more than what I was looking for when I bought my house last year. Like, it's nuts. So technically you also don't own your house. It's weird. I mean, technically you don't, but technically you do. Like, anything that you can sell, you own in a way. So I hear people say that and they say, oh, well, you don't own it. And it's like, well, you kind of do, because you can sell it. So if you can sell something, you at least own it. You own it in some degree, you know. So let's see, wages have been outpaced by the cost of living for a couple decades now. So yeah, pretty rough for most people. Yeah, it is. It's tough, man. I feel for you guys. I feel for you guys. OJ, they get mad at and confused while wondering why Nintendo don't be sponsoring or backing these tournaments. Well, Nintendo had a tournament that they wanted to sponsor. The Smash community kicked out Panda Global. Nintendo had an official circuit that they were going to be sponsoring. That was going to bring in $1 million plus. And because of the Dr. Allen situation, that was founded on junk logic from two bald guys at VGBC, Gimmer and Apostle. They basically took out Panda Global, and Panda Global was the official circuit for Nintendo. And they knew exactly what they were doing. The Smash community knew, and they said, we're going to stick it to Nintendo and Panda Global. And that right there killed any chance of them making any legitimate money in the Smash community. Like, that right there, that's something that you don't do. Like, you can be mad, and I get it. You can be upset. You can feel that you're screwed over. But that's something that you just don't. You don't do something like that. And the Smash community showed that they're willing to sink a whole company over something that never should have even happened in the first place. Like, if you're mad at someone, okay, but it should have started. If you felt Dr. Allen, he was the reason why all this was happening, you guys should have accepted Panda Global after he resigned. Why is it after he resigns you guys still go after Panda? They wanted to kill them, and that was the biggest mistake. That was the biggest mistake. Also, Ludwig didn't help it as well. Scheduling a tournament right there for the Panda Cup, people moving over from there, like people blacklisting people that were still sponsored from Panda. It was terrible. The Smash community showed who they are right then and there because they were out for blood. Even after they got rid of the guy that said that, hey, look, it's his fault, they just wanted the whole company gone that had the official circuit from Nintendo. You can't do that. And there was sponsors lined up. The sponsors saw that and said, these people are insane, and said, we're out. That's why you don't see any big money tournaments like that anymore. That's why you don't see, they still haven't recovered. Where's all the big tournaments with the big money being brought in? What happened to, what's it called? What happened to Summit? Summit's gone. They don't even do Summit anymore. That went out of business too. Where all those people where you can donate to, you know, vote in your favorite Smash Brothers player, that's gone down too. They've completely screwed themselves. If that circuit would have stayed open, I think Summit would have stayed open because there would have been more interest in Smash Brothers. But they're not breaking any viewer records. The tournaments aren't doing any numbers. I mean, I think that a new Smash game will help with that, but it's not going to be the same. They had a good thing going and they ruined it. They screwed it up. They screwed it up. But I don't think they care because they don't care because they're just stubborn. Good. Okay, good point, but I'll wait for Moist Critical's take. That's funny. 28 years old, trying to start the next chapter and stuck renting. Have a good job and house prices are a real problem. Telling the same story. Yeah, Vegeta, you just gotta basically just save up, man. Just save up and then just see what you can do, you know, see what you can do overall. So that's really just save for that 20% or whatever, or FHA, just save for that FHA, see what you can do there. If you have a good down payment, then that'll get you a house. If you can have a good, you know, FHA down payment. I don't know what area you're in, you don't have to say because I don't want you to dox yourself, but you know, FHA usually you can pay like, I think it's like 5 or 10% of the house cost. So I think you can pay 5, I think it's like 5%. So it won't be too bad. So look into that, you know, but you're gonna have to have a little bit of cash up front, you know. Thoughts on people like HBox? I know he tried holding grudges against Nintendo for not funding. My thoughts on HBox is that HBox helped aid the downfall of Panda Global. HBox he's part responsible. He never spoke out against it. He basically made video after video criticizing, and he never spoke out against it. He never held any type of town meeting as a leader in the community, as one of the top players. He aided the destruction of Panda Global. Him, Mango, Leffen, all of them are responsible. They all aided the destruction of Panda Global. They could have easily said, hey guys, call off the wolves. We don't need to do that. But they all either agreed with it and said and blacklisted Panda Global players and what was going on there and aided into the destruction. They were active participants, well, all of them. In some areas, you can also loan through USDA to live in rural areas outside a big city and commute in. Yeah, that's true. Aboki think that the small-time circuits felt threatened and sabotaged Panda as soon as they could. Ironically, a lot of the people involved went belly up. Yeah, I think that's definitely it. They felt that Panda Global was strong-arming them, and they felt that they were teaming up with the evil entity of Nintendo, and it was going to ruin their own thing. But in retrospect, it actually made things worse for everyone because now there's no more Summit. Like, you need viewers. Smash players don't realize viewers are important. Like, they don't. Smash players, I think they think that viewers aren't important. They think that viewers aren't important. They think that the viewing experience isn't important. TOs and players think that the viewing experience isn't important. Commentators know that it's important. A lot of commentators know that you need that. But like, I remember like when Leffen found out how much commentators get paid, he flipped out. He was like, oh, he started, it's like, yeah, commentators get paid a lot. You know, like Tony Romo or even the commentators for Smash don't get paid a lot, but they're going to pay them because they bring in huge audiences because you're going to want to listen to someone, if EE or if TK or if somebody that you like is commentating, you're going to tune in because they're going to say, hey guys, I'm commentating. They're going to bring in people. How much does Tony Romo get paid to call games? He gets paid more than a lot of the players do. I mean, some players get paid more than him, but he gets paid more than a lot of the players that are on the field because he's Tony Romo, because he's going to bring a large audience in. How much does Al Michaels get paid? How much does Kirk Herbstreit get paid? How much did John Madden get paid? God rest his soul. You know, the late great John Madden got paid a ton of money. How much did Fox News pay Tom Brady? They paid Tom Brady $375 million, 10-year contract to commentate, to talk about football. Yeah, they're gonna pay him. Yes, people that talk, yes, they're gonna pay them. The Smash players don't realize this. They're freaking morons. A lot of the Smash players don't realize this, and they don't care because they're stupid. But then they'll take pot shots and say dumb things. Not all of them. There's smart ones out there, but a lot of the smart ones said, I'm out. Started getting into other games because they're like, this is unstable. These people are crazy. A lot of them know that they're crazy. So, yeah, they don't want to take accountability. Do you think that there's too much people on Earth? No. I don't think that there's too much people on Earth. There's so much empty land. There's so much empty land in areas to inhabit. It's not like we're overcrowded. Like, nobody lives on the western side of this United States. You know how much empty areas there are in like North Dakota, South Dakota, Idaho, Arizona, you know, Utah? You know how much like just space there is? California is a little bit congested in places, but Central California is not. There's plenty of space here. No, I don't think there's too many people. No. Esports doesn't make money. Even the biggest IP such as League of Legends is not profitable. Smash Brothers could have been profitable though. It could have been profitable because Smash Brothers doesn't pay the players as much as like League of Legends does. So they could have easily been not easily, but they could have definitely been profitable if they didn't completely, fall on the sword. Montana, Wyoming, yeah, there's plenty of Oregon, plenty of space, man, plenty of space. Let's see here. Thanos coded question. Oh man, it's all good though. Shout outs to Lek. Appreciate you guys coming out. Jay Guerrero. Yeah, I've been playing Smash series nonstop since 64. Hated now how toxic the pro community acted. Smash is meant to be fun. Games are meant to be fun. Yeah, I mean, I like the competitive aspects of Smash. Like, I like the fact that there's things that are built in for that. But I think that I think one of the biggest problems is that, like I said, the community is they're just so stubborn, and they feel jilted, which is fine, which is understandable. They feel jilted over certain things. So yeah, but it is what it is, So yeah. If you guys have any questions too, you can tag me at Player Essence, #Player Essence, Player Essence by itself. More than happy to answer all of your beautiful, awesome, lovely Elite Ninja questions. So you guys get me those questions in, and we can discuss them. Apparently, there's some new information on Switch 2 though. Apparently, according to a Reddit post, there's apparently, once again, I don't know if this is 100%, but there are Switch 2 accessories in the GameStop systems. So I'm gonna show you guys this real quick. So apparently, as you can see right here, shout outs to Stealth. He put this up. He says, allegedly, Switch 2 items are starting to show up in GameStop system. We can't be that far away from the official reveal. Yeah, once the GameStop items start showing up, then that's when it's like, okay, end game. So Switch 2 EXP micro SD card, Switch 2 Express. Oh, they got the Express. There you go. So that basically, that could kind of confirm the micro SD Express, which are faster. That could confirm that. So yeah, you got the micro SD Express. cards. You got micro SD, the 512, $84 for a 512. Oh, Express. Okay, yeah, Express. Joy-Con charger grip for Switch 2. I mean, like, $20. $20. I wonder where they can track this. Is there any numbers on this? ETA to, they can probably track where this came from. So the person, somebody typed in Switch 2. Yo, Sandstorm McDowell with the Toby Blaster. Let's go.
OJ, I'm suspicious of all these leaks we've seen with all these Switch 2 consoles, but not one person has shown us the OS. OBV, they don't care if they get caught. Why not show the ultimate proof? Can you play River City Anthem Ford Microphone Misfits?
There, yes, I can play that. But to answer your question, Sandstorm, there hasn't been console or OS leaks. Like, there hasn't been console leaks. So I don't think that you're confused, but I think that you're getting confused by what people are showing a little bit. There hasn't been any console leaks. There's been, like, in terms of recently, the only thing we got was someone showed a Switch like this. And that could have been fresh off the manufacturing plant. That could have not been able to turn on. It could have been dead. We don't know. But there has not been a lot of actual system leaks where somebody says, here is the system. What you're seeing is mock-ups and 3D prints. You're not actually seeing the system itself. So that's the reason why you're not seeing anybody with the OS and stuff like that, because nobody's really showing that off. So keep that in mind, guys. There has not been any, there's been barely any. There's been one person that has stated that I have the Switch 2 system and showed it just like that. There's been one person. There has not been the actual system like leaked a lot. No, it's been 3D prints that you're seeing. Everything that you saw, like if you watch my video or if you saw like the CES, those are all 3D prints. Those are all renders. They're not actual, the system itself. No. Genki claimed that they have a Switch 2. They claimed that they have one, but they're not crazy. They're not gonna, let's just say hypothetically they did have it. They are not gonna bring that system to CES and start turning it. They're not gonna do that. One, that puts them at risk in terms of for legally, but also two, that could blow their cover and everything. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Now they claim to a journalist, but yeah, they're not going to bring that out. You know, they're not going to bring that one out. So, so yeah. Thank you for the big $15. So I think, yeah, I think there's definitely a little bit of confusion of people thinking, that there's actually like, you know, but it's not actually the system. You know, it's not actually the system. So, thank you so much. We've got a huge jump. Sandstorm McDowell, thank you. That is the new Stream Ninja with the 15. Anybody that's 15 or more, you can bid out my man Sandstorm on the Stream Ninja board. Still, Clabby leading with $27 on the Hokage board. Anybody does more than that, bid out Clabby. And then Sicilian coming in with the 2. You guys give Sandstorm some love as well, man. Give Sandstorm some love. Thank you for the big dono, man. That's incredibly generous and nice of you to do that. So thank you so much, Sandstorm. If I can spell your name correctly. And I think, yeah, sometimes some of these content creators aren't letting people know exactly what's going on, you know? Sicilian with the $2 says, rumor is that DSP has a Switch 2. Whoa! Yeah, right. He's the last person that's going to get it. Genki doesn't have one. They have the dimensions. That's about it. But Genki apparently stated to a French journalist that they have one. They said that they have one. But they might be lying. They could be lying. They could be telling the truth. I don't know. But yeah, what they brought to CES, 100% Juice, you're right about that. What they brought to CES was a 3D print. Was a model of 3D print. You know, it wasn't the actual Switch 2. Whoa! Much appreciated, players. Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. If you guys have more questions, feel free to tag me at Playersens, hashtag Playersens. What's up, Ralphie? Says, yo, what up, man? Genki don't want that Nintendo Ninjas. I mean, if they brought an actual unit, yeah, that's Nintendo Ninja time. Like that is big time Nintendo Ninja time. You're gonna be in trouble if you do something like that. So yeah, you're gonna be in trouble if you do that. But yeah, apparently, you know, Switch 2 stuff starting to show up in the what's it called, in the computer system. So guys, look out. I mean, it can't be much longer now, man. It can't be much longer now. So yeah. More questions though. To the Prime told me that they were Switch 2 leaks. Listen, they're leaks as in like information is leaking out about the system. That's what the leaks are. Information's leaking out. Are they actual the system itself? No. But we did get a first look at a Switch 2 Pro controller today. So if you watch my video, I did talk about that, the first look at a Switch 2 Pro controller. But yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. I'm going to show it for you guys, just in case for those who didn't see it. Let me see if I can pull it up. All right, here we go. It's pretty small. Actually, no, that's not a good look at the controller. All right, here we go. Yeah, I got a good look at the controller now. So this was, if you didn't see my video today, this was in my video. I talked about this. So here we go. So this is the first, this is not Nintendo's Pro controller. This is a third-party Pro controller. So as you can see, the highlights around the buttons, or the circles around the buttons, apparently this is going to be the official designs. Like they're going to have like these little circles around it. But you can see clearly here the C button, which we know is on a Joy-Con, right? So this is the first look that we've seen of like an actual like Switch 2 Pro controller. So it actually looks like a really cool controller. It looks like a really good controller, to be honest. So yeah, that's the first look at that. What do you guys think about that for third-party Pro controller? Third-party Pro controller. Nintendo's Pro controller might look very different from this. Like if they make a Switch, which I think they'll make a Switch 2 Pro controller. I think it might look very different from this. So yeah. Still waiting on the official Pro controller. Yeah, Nintendo's not gonna, I mean, we're still waiting on the official release. So I think once we actually get the like first trailer, they'll show the Pro controller in that trailer. If it's like the Switch 1 trailer, they showed the Pro controller like right off the back. They showed the Pro controller, you know? So I think they're gonna show it. I do want to see what the 8BitO will do for controller wise for Switch 2. Yeah, like definitely they'll have to make another one for like the C button, the connect button. But I'm guessing it'll be very similar to their 8BitO Ultimate controller that's already on the Switch. It's a good controller. So I'm guessing it'll be similar to that, you know? I'm guessing. So anyway, that's that. So I thought that was pretty interesting to kind of go over earlier today. Do you think the Switch Pro project morphed into the Switch 2? I mean, some people think that it did. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that it did, but I mean, I think that some probably think that it did. I mean, it's possible for sure, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter not at this point, you know. Maybe you already mentioned it, but this on the Joy-Con, the button on the back eventually pushes the Joy-Con away from the attached surface. How strong do you think the magnetic actually is? How strong is it? When it's clipped in there, I think it's pretty solid when it's clipped in there because you need a lever release. So I'm guessing it's pretty solid. If they're using like, and like you can tell by like little magnetic, like the type of magnetic strips that they're using, it's going to be really pretty solid. I don't think it's going to be like you're going to be accidentally pulling the controller apart at times. So I'm pretty sure it'll be good. Maybe they can reuse the Wii, I think meant the Wii U Pro controller design and update it. I'm guessing that they won't reuse that design. I'm guessing they'll reuse the Nintendo Switch Pro controller design and use that because why would you go back that many gens? Why would you go back 2 gens, right? They'll probably just update the Pro controller, the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. They'll update that, make it look a little bit different, add the C button, you know, and whatever new features. So I'm guessing they're gonna update that controller. So not the Wii U Pro controller. I don't know why they go back to that one. Let's see here. They're using the rare earth magnets. Those are the strong rare earth magnets. Yeah, magnets are strong, man. You want a magnet to do something, you can get it to do something. But I mean, yes, it's one of those things to where it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah. Any specific titles that you're hoping to come, whether it's dormant or IP or anything? I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously I want to see like the staples that Nintendo has, you know, but I'd love to see some like Golden Sun, you know, I'd like to see Chrono Trigger, I'd like to see Skies of Arcadia. These would all be great. I mean, those can come to Switch 1 though. But yeah, I'd love to see stuff like that. Obviously Nintendo, you know, I want to see the new Mario, I want to see the new Zelda, I want to see the new, you know, I want to see Pokemon on there. I want to see, you know, Xenoblade or the next Xeno game. So yeah, just all the stuff that I know and love on the Switch 1, but more. And then of course, dormant IPs, Star Fox, you know, F-Zero, that stuff would be great for people that love that. So yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what type of magnets, but I'm pretty sure it'll be solid, guys. I don't think it's really going to be too much of a problem. I'm playing, there is a game that I'm playing right now, and I told you guys about it the other day. I'm playing Visions of Mana, and this is like the best 7.5 or 8 out of 10 in my life. But I'm just starting out, so we'll see if I drop it later. But I'm actually really enjoying it. I think that'd be a cool game to get on Switch 2 and have portable play with that game, because I think it's a fun game. It's a fun game, but they just messed up on the they messed up on the structure and planning for the game. The demo was terrible too. The demo does not do the game justice. They should have never. That demo probably scared people away, because they just threw you into where you're high powered level. You have all these characters. You have all these abilities. They should have just let you play from the beginning of the game, like where you first start out on the trail of playing with Val, and then you just go from there. And then you can maybe get like to the first town or so, and then you can transfer over your save data. I think it was a mistake. That demo was a mistake, because I was not feeling so good about the game after I played the demo. But once I actually started playing the game from the beginning, I felt a lot better about the game. You know, when you start from the beginning. So I think they made a mistake on that. They made a mistake on banking on Xbox and PlayStation fans to buy the game. I don't know why they thought. I don't know why they thought Xbox, PlayStation, and PC people were gonna play that. We're gonna buy that game. I'm not sure why they thought that. Trials of Mana and the Mana Collection sold the best by far on Switch, so that was a mistake too. They used all that money that they made off of Collection of Mana and off of off of Trials of Mana, and put it into Visions of Mana on an audience that does not care about the game. So there's also that. But anyway, I'm playing it on PS5 and it's fun. It's good. They're removing Diddy Kong from DKC Returns HD. I don't think they're removing Diddy Kong from DKC Returns HD. I don't think that's the. I think that's unconfirmed. I think that's fake. Fake news. Yeah, I beat Visions around there's the score wise. Yeah, I've beaten Visions. It's around the score wise. Yeah, it's like a really solid 7 or 8. Did you drop Neo? I dropped Neo. I got to this poison area, and I kept on using the same. I stuck with the other weapons, because for like 15-16 hours I've been using the same axe, and I tried to use other weapons, and like I was doing okay with the dual katanas and other stuff, but it wasn't as effective as the axe. The axe was my most effective, best weapon, and I got tired of using the axe. And then I got to this poison area, and I just got tired of having to deal with the stupid poison, so I just dropped it. It's not like it was like, oh, too hard, I couldn't do it. I just don't feel like dealing with it. And like I'm tired of using the axe, but the axe is my best weapon by far, you know. And I got tired of using it. So, and there's other weapons. I tried out other weapons, and I just didn't feel like playing no more. And which sucks, because I want to get to Neo 2. Apparently Neo 2 is way better. So I need to get. Maybe I'll go back to it at some point. Maybe I'll go back, but right now, no. I tried every weapon in the game. I tried every weapon that they had, at least every weapon that was available to me, which I think most of all the weapons were. I upgraded a lot of different stuff, but yeah, I just didn't feel like playing anymore. Thoughts on DC guy's new vid on Game Pass killing Xbox software sales 80% less? I didn't watch this video. I did see the whole Game Pass thing, but we've already talked about that a million times. So yeah. Baby landed this morning. Hey, shout out Solid Jakin. Congrats, man. Yo, let's go. Little Jakin in the house. Shout outs to Little Jakin. Hey, congrats, Papa Jakin. New Papa in the house. What do you think of? I think he meant Camelot. Been working on the past few years. Hopefully Golden Sun, but I have no idea what they're working on, to be honest. No idea what they're working on. So, no idea. And maybe we'll never know what they're working on. So yeah. Never know. No, we'll know at some point. I'm just messing around. But yeah, I don't know what they're working on, man. I hope they've got something cool for us, though. I really hope they got something cool for us. It's possible release date for September because it's going to be Super Mario's 40th anniversary. Nintendo doesn't plan system launches around Mario's anniversary, so no. They don't ever plan system launches around anniversaries of characters. That doesn't make sense logistically. So they'll usually never do stuff like that. If they have something for Mario's anniversary, they'll just have like a game. They'll have a game, or they'll have things that they're doing, but they're not going to plan a launch around that, no. I have not played Rise of the Ronin yet. I bought it, and then Amazon lost it, so I got my money back, and I have not bought it again. But yeah, I wanted to play it. I tried. You know, I tried to get it, but Amazon messed up, man. Let's see it. Screw Neo. Can't wait for the new Onimusha. Yes, I'm looking forward to the new Onimusha game. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really good. But no need to screw Neo. Neo's going to be good. Sorry, not Neo is good. It's a good game. I just didn't feel like playing it anymore, you know? So yeah. Really what it came down to. See, I get it. Nobody likes the water or poison stages. Devs always make them. Yeah, I don't know why. And it's not even like it's that bad. The poison stage just wasn't that bad. I just got tired of having to wait for poison and move poison stuff, and then also the slow axe. I just said, man, I'm good. I just said, man, I am super good. Like, I'll just play something else. So I'm playing Visions of Mana. Visions of Mana is easy though. Like, the normal difficulty is a cakewalk, and I already knew it would be a cakewalk, so I put it on hard. So I'm like, okay, good. At least enemies are fighting back a little bit. I've gotten hit a few times because on normal Mana game's already easy. So normal mode for Mana is like easy mode, and hard mode is like normal mode. So I'm liking some of the stuff that they're doing. They got some like harder enemies out there, like some like basically like elite enemies, like Xenoblade style. I like that. So I'm enjoying it for right now, but we'll see. I'm just waiting for like Xenoblade Chronicles X to be. I mean, I'm waiting for DKC, of course, to play that, but I'm also like the next big RPG, Atelier Yumiya and Xenoblade Chronicles X. Those are the two games that I'm really excited for. Nier Automata on PC with some graphic mods. Game is fire. Oh, that's nice. Nintendo was all talk, but I hear all this Nintendo talk, but I need Konami to give me a new Castlevania. New Castlevania should be coming. What's up, Fladius? New Castlevania game should be coming. Yeah, I'm playing Visions of Mana, the mid game. Juice Man Bond, the mid game. No, it's actually good. The demo did the game disservice. The demo, they messed up, man. They messed up with that demo. They should have made it where you start from the beginning and you can transfer over your save data. They should have made that like one of those big old 10-hour demos where you get like the whole first chapter, or you get like the whole first multiple areas, and then you can transfer it straight to the game. The demo that they did was dumb for the game. It made it look mid. I mean, it is mid, but it's a good mid. It's like the fun mid. You know what I'm saying? It's like the fun, you know, cool mid. The demo made the game like bad mid. Like the demo made the game bad mid. It's actually good mid. I don't know if it's like good mid at $60. I didn't buy it at 60, so that price might make it not so good mid, but now that it's discounted to like $30 or whatever, it's definitely a good mid. It's definitely a good mid at the price, and if you start from the beginning. So basically the metaphor, yeah, metaphor, but Square Enix has done the same. They did that with Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 11 had a nice big demo that lets you go, like, start at the beginning, then you go right into the main game. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the demos that like are like, they just start you out some random spot and you have all these powers and you don't really know how to play. And they're trying to teach you how to play with all these different things going on around you. You don't understand it. Like, I don't think that's ever the way to do a demo. If you're gonna do a demo, just start from the beginning and let you know, like, from the beginning how ghetto and not strong you are, and then let yourself build up. Then you're like, oh, okay, that's what I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better, and it's gonna be like a lead up. But if you give me all the powers and like, imagine playing a demo with Metaphor and like you have all the powers from the very beginning. It's like there's no anticipation, there's no hype. You're like, oh, okay, I already know all these powers. Like, and then you're probably scratching your head a bit with all these different moves that you can use. You know, you're confused a bit, and that's kind of how I was with the demo for Visions. It was just they just threw you in like high powered and all that. That's not how you do it, man. You got to do it from the beginning. So lesson learned, maybe. Only want a new 2D action platformer. Castlevania, Metroidvanias are played out. If you do a Metroidvania good, it wouldn't be played out. Like if you know how to make them, they're not played out. But yeah, I'd take either one, to be honest. The next 5 years is going to be amazing gaming. New PS handheld, new Xbox handheld, Steam Deck 2, and so many more new PC handhelds. Going to be a game changer for sure. I don't know if PC handhelds are going to be super big game changers, to be honest. That's yet to be seen, but we'll see for sure. But yeah, I don't think PC handhelds are going to be like these massive game changers and all of that. But we'll see. Once again, I think that the prices are too expensive right now. And if they can get the prices down, and then if they can get the OSs under control, and if they can actually build games that like all the games work on there, no problem, and there's not issues, I think that's the hurdle right now. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see PC handles becoming anything too crazy right now. But it's on the right trajectory with the Steam OS being licensed out. Like, I think that's good. But right now, I don't see it yet. And yeah, I don't know about PlayStation handheld. Like, we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with the Xbox handheld. I mean, maybe those might flop. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not a foregone conclusion that, you know, these type of high-powered, expensive handhelds are going to make crossroads, you know, big crossroads in the gaming yet. So we'll see. Yeah, my buddy dropped 1200 CAD on a ROG Ally X. Not for me though. Yeah, most people aren't going to drop 1200 on a ROG Ally X. So most people aren't going to do that. But yeah, it's cool for sure. It's definitely cool. But I think the biggest problem is that they're all cop-outs. It's just PC games. They're not actual real handhelds. They're just you know, PC stuff. So Switch 2 might flop too, so we'll see. It might, but it probably won't. Like I got more confidence in Switch 2 being successful because Nintendo's never really had a dedicated portable or anything that's been considered a portable or handheld flop when they get all their games. Like when they get Pokemon, when they get Zelda, when they get Mario, there's never been anything that, like, ever in the history of Nintendo. It's never happened when they get everything. So for one system. So yeah, I doubt it. Always the first time? True. But I don't think it's going to be this time. Nah, I don't think so. Not based off of history, not based off of what we know so far. I doubt it. Virtual Boy did not get everything. It got very little. Virtual Boy got more games canceled than it got games released on it. Oh man. I don't recall any black and red Pokemon game on there either. So yeah. Let's see here. I think if it full color would have done it better. I don't think anything would have helped it. I mean, maybe it would have done a little bit better, but yeah, it was trash. Everybody, I was there. I was alive and well when the Virtual Boy came out, and we all said it was trash. Everybody was like, "This is trash." Like, who wants to see games in red and blue? Or sorry, red and black. The funny thing about the Virtual Boy is, like, you know, the Game Boy Color came out a little bit afterwards, right? And like, but we had been getting games in color. We got Super Game Boy. We had lots of stuff, you know, that was like color. The color was good. We wanted color. So I don't know why we going back to red and black. Like, that's terrible. And also it was too expensive, and it was weird. It was like bulky. Like, you gotta lie down with it and stuff. It was a weird device. So yeah. Just a headache until it gets too weird sometimes. I mean, it's always good to experiment, you know. there's nothing wrong. I don't have a problem with them experimenting with stuff. I mean, if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. You know, sometimes you try out something. If it doesn't work, it flops, then it flops. But yeah, I didn't have a problem with them doing Virtual Boy. Virtual Boy didn't really, it didn't interfere with Game Boy or anything like that. Like we still got Super Nintendo, Game Boy, and 64. We still got games. So I mean, yeah, the resources definitely was not a good thing, but we weren't looking at it like that back then. Like back then, it was just like, oh, it's like this thing, and like we just kept on playing our Pokemon and our Zelda and our Mario and PlayStation 1 and you know N64 and other stuff. So it really was just, it was just like a footnote, and it came and it went. It came and it went, and that was that. So yeah, if Switch 2 only sell 50 million or 60 million, it would be considered a flop. If PlayStation or Switch 2 only sold 50 to 60 million, it will be considered a flop. Okay, if you feel that way, no problem. That would still be more than like every single other PC handheld combined, and then times that by like 2 or 3. So yeah, the flop. I mean, hell, the Wii U. The Wii U sold more than every other PC handheld right now combined. So I mean, that flop would still be considerably better than the PC handhelds out there. So 50 to 60 million, that would definitely not be good. I mean, that would not be good for what Nintendo wants to sell. But I think it'll do more than that. So I think they'll definitely do more than that. Nintendo's never had like a main console, like I said, that's gotten everything that's done under 70. The lowest that they've ever had is the 3DS. The 3DS, but once again, 3DS did not get, I mean, it got most of the stuff, but obviously there's some games on Wii U, right? There's like Bayonetta never came to the 3DS. There's certain games that were on Wii U that were not on 3DS, certain franchises, certain games. So when Nintendo puts all of their games or all their franchises on one system, or if it gets most of the stuff, they've never sold less than 70 million. 75 million to be exact, 75, 76 million. So, but I mean, if you want to throw all sorts of hypotheticals, that's fine. You could throw a million hypotheticals out there. So yeah. 3DS missed out on Virtual Boy Virtual Console. I think that was a good thing. They also missed out on lawsuits of people suing them. Actually, they already had a lawsuit, I think, with the 3DS technology. There was a couple lawsuits there. Abaddon says Switch 2 is likely to supersede the original, in my opinion. I mean, it's possible, but it's just hard to do. It's easier to say that it won't than it will, Abaddon, because it's like, how many systems in the history of systems has ever sold 150 million? Well, only 3. So the gaming industry has been around for a very long time, and out of all the systems that we've ever gotten, only 3 have sold 150 million, and the Switch is still going. So it's easier just to say that it won't do as much. The odds are more that it won't do as much. So that's the reason why I like to play the odds a little bit more, you know, than not. So I'm saying like, hey, look, I think they'll do over 100 million. I think they'll do like 100 million plus. I don't know if it's gonna do, you know, 150 million plus. I don't know if it's gonna do better than where the Switch ultimately ends up. But I do think that it's going to do, at the minimum, it'll do 3DS. That's like bare minimum 3DS, if not better. But you know, it's tough because the thing about it is that when you bring the games, that's what sells the system. Like the guys like this IR guy, he thinks power sells systems. I already know based off of what he said. He thinks PC handhelds are selling well. He thinks power is what sells systems, but it's really not. What sells systems is games. That's the biggest thing. Now, obviously, having a good, powerful system is a byproduct of that, and that's something that you want to have. You want to have that, but it's not the be-all, end-all. You want to have games. Games are going to help sell your system more so than anything. So if you bring awesome games, you bring Pokemon, you actually make great Pokemon games that actually review well. Imagine how much better this, you know, the PR could be for the Switch 2 if they actually bring Pokemon games that don't have the issues that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet had, that Legends had when people first saw it, right? So you bring that. I mean, look at how much Pokemon sold on the Switch. It sold over 100 million copies. You know, it sold systems like crazy. So that's the thing, you know. You bring the great games, people will come, you know. Wait, the EVO thing was legit? I thought it was a joke. No, it's legit. Let's see. Pokemon reviews well. That's why people call the reviewers shills. Pokemon reviews well. Pokemon doesn't review that well. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is like the worst reviewed Pokemon game, like worst reviewed main Pokemon game of all time. Pokemon Legends reviewed okay. and it was an 8 out of 10. That's what it reviewed. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, that reviewed low 70s. That reviewed low. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, about an 8 out of 10, 7, 8. That's what it reviewed, 79, 80. So, I mean, I guess those are okay review scores, but they're not like incredible. Scarlet and Violet's a bad, I mean, I would say that's an outright bad review score for Pokemon, you know? So yeah. Hot take, I think Switch 1 will keep selling and slow Switch 2 sales more than anything else. I mean, it could. But once again, like, that's why it's on you to actually release the games. If Nintendo releases a lit game that everybody needs to buy, you know, then people will go buy it. Like, let's say you've got so many people playing Mario Kart, right? If Nintendo markets the system right and markets everything, then they should have no problem selling a lot of people to get the new system. It could still slow it down. That's fine. That's still money going into Nintendo's bank to fund new games. So just as long as they're selling enough systems, that's what matters. They don't have to outsell Switch 1. They just have to sell enough. And they just have to keep the games coming, you know? So yeah. What were SV review scores? Low set, like 70, 69, 70. If I'm not correct. You don't remember? We covered it. We covered it, Felipe. It's got a 71. Pokemon Violet. Yeah, it's got a 71, 72. So that's really low for Pokemon, considering the 3DS games were all in like the mid to high 80s. And Legends is at 83. Yeah, Legends is, or like a 82. It's Pokemon Legends. Legends is at 83. So, yeah. So I really doubt a Pokemon game will ever review like on the 90 score. It'll be tough. Most Pokemon games don't review that high, but there is a couple. I mean, it's possible, but it'd be very difficult. I agree. But most games don't review 90. It's very difficult for a Pokemon game to review 90, but they've gotten close. Pokemon, like all the 3DS Pokemon games actually got close. Like Pokemon Y, that got an 88. So it got close. A few more high scores, that would have been 90. Like Pokemon Sun and Moon, those got 87s. You know, if Pokemon Legends, I mean, that's an 83. If they can just fix Pokemon Legends, got scores down because of the graphics. A lot of it was because of the graphics and because sometimes the frame rate at times. If they make better graphics and they just make a better gameplay loop or just as good of a gameplay loop as, I mean, Pokemon Legends could be a 90. Because most people just complain about the graphics. That's literally it. Have to take a 5-year dev cycle. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Pokemon Legends got close, or not close, but it was obvious why it got dinged, you know. So if they fix that, I think it can be closer. But yeah, it'd be tough. It'd be tough. I wonder how much larger the Switch 2 games budgets will be this time around. It'll affect Nintendo's release cadence. They did say that it will be larger, but Nintendo's added so many new positions and they bought Shiver, so I think that I think they'll be that. I think they'll try to make it as close as possible to Switch 1, maybe a little bit slower, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. Yo, Giot, thank you so much for the Grot. Thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you so much for the gift, man. I appreciate that. 84 on the combo board. Sleep Cut with the gift membership. Let's go. Thank you for the gift, man. Appreciate that. I agree. I don't think it's bad for Nintendo. I just think Switch 1 library is so strong. I have backlog for years. Yeah, that's true. I do think that. But once again, that's the benefit of having backwards compatibility. You can sell that to people. Like, hey, all those Switch 1 games that you have, upgrade to the next thing. Like, when the Game Boy Color came out, like, that was a huge selling point. Like, if Nintendo supported the Game Boy Color longer, it would have sold more and more and more. But people bought the Game Boy for how little Nintendo had the Game Boy Color on the market. That thing sold incredibly well because it was, you could have all your back catalog. Some of those games obviously are going to be upgraded to color. And then on top of that, you can play new games. Same thing with GBA. GBA was like, Nintendo sold almost 80 million consoles in like 4 or 5 years. GBA, people rushed out and bought it. Oh, bring over all your Game Boy games. They all work on GBA. But then you also get new games. So that's what you got to do. And yeah, the Game Boy Advance didn't outsell the Game Boy, but that's because Nintendo literally was rushing to get the DS out because they had this idea and they didn't want somebody to copy their idea. So then they had to bring up this BS third pillar strategy. There was no third pillar strategy. The strategy was this. The strategy was, if the DS flops, we're in trouble, but we still have the Game Boy Advance maybe to fall back on. But if it does great, then we can just drop the Game Boy Advance because the DS has a built-in Game Boy Advance player. So with the DS, Nintendo got obviously lucky, and of course they built a system that people wanted before the smartphone gaming, but they were petrified that somebody was going to copy them, or somebody's going to release a dual handheld first. So they had to get that baby out. So the GBA had a very short shelf life, only 4 years, barely, compared to the Game Boy. The Game Boy was around for a decade plus. So the GBA sold incredibly well for the short time that it was on the market, though. So that's what you got to do. Why did the GBA sell so well? Games. People wanted to play the new stuff, plus you can play all your old stuff. So you got to do it just like that. All right, take it easy, Rena. Thanks for the 5 gifted members. Appreciate it. I have a question on how Genki Co. could release all this leaks. Are they unafraid Nintendo might sue them? No, there's nothing to sue. They haven't signed any NDAs, and they didn't leak anything that was real. All they did was, that Switch was not a real Switch 2, Annie. That was, people think that it is, but it's not. And they said that it was a model. It was just in French, so maybe you didn't understand it, or maybe content creators steered you wrong. But if you watch my videos, I told you that it's a model of the Switch. So no, there's no suing going on. They don't sign any NDA with Nintendo. So nope. We'll be getting Switch 1 cross-generation games for a long time. People don't expect a lot of Switch 2 exclusives. I don't know how long Nintendo's going to do that, and we might not. That's the thing. We might not. I mean, I do think that we will get some cross-gen stuff. Don't get me wrong. We will get some cross-gen, and there will be some things, but I'm not sure how long they're going to support it. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like PS4, where they support it for that much longer afterwards, because a lot of engines scale to PS4. A lot of engines, they do scale to Switch, but they don't scale very well. So I don't know if they're going to take the time to continuously do cross-gen on Switch because of the engines, because of how Switch handles some of the games, you know? So PS4, it's easier to do cross-gen than it would be for Switch, you know? Then how come Nintendo YouTubers overhyping it left and right and center? Well, you're not paying attention, Annie. You're just looking at it from the thing. They're looking at it as in like, hey, they have the actual dimensions. They actually have accessories that they're doing. So I think that you're basically looking at it in a certain type of way, like the way that you're absorbing the information, but you're not actually breaking it down for what it is. So you're thinking that, oh man, they're saying that it's actually the real system, but most content creators aren't saying that. They're talking about leaks in terms of the specifications, obviously knowing how big the system is, knowing the screen size, all the different type of stuff that would leak out from making an accessory or making like a pro controller or stuff like that. So I think you're taking the information that's coming out there and you're making it, I wouldn't say that you're exaggerating it, because a lot of content creators are saying, whoa, and like leak and all that. But most, if not all of them, are telling you that it's an actual model. It's not a real Nintendo Switch 2. I'm pretty sure most content creators have said that it's a model of the Switch 2, not an actual one. So keep that in mind. Watch my videos though. I break it down in my vids. Screen size that's a big screen, man. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind if the screen was smaller. I mean, if it was the same size as the Switch OLED, but you know, it's fine if they want to make a bigger screen. That's fine too. Will Pokemon Legends ZA really be a Switch 2 launch game? No, that's never been insinuated, or we don't know if it will be or not. I mean, it could, but I don't know. We have to wait and see. Pokemon Day is in February, so like I said in my video, watch that and I kind of go over the leaks and what's happening there and how it could be. But we have to wait and see. It might not be a launch title. It could release later in the year, and the system could launch beforehand. So no, it doesn't make it a launch title. So yeah, but we'll see though. Triple X says also it's all mock-ups. They can't get sued for that. Not if the actual model, if it's the actual system, not the model, a system. Yeah, that's a different story. But it's not an actual system. It's just 3D prints models. Any chance you've heard rumors about possible Octopath Traveler 3? Nothing on Octopath Traveler 3. I mean, they might be making it, but you know, Octopath Traveler 2 didn't sell as fast, I think, as they wanted at first. I mean, it eventually hit 1 million and eventually did good, but it didn't sell as fast as, I think, as, you know, what they thought that it could do. So yeah. We don't really know much else. Like, Square Enix was also very wary about Octopath, you know, about Octopath, what's it called? About Octopath, are putting out HD 2D games. Very wary about putting out HD 2D games, you know? So they might think that, hey, they're putting out too many. So yeah. Wary about putting out too many of them, so we'll see for sure. Do you believe that Square Enix can Triangle Strategy 2? I think it's definitely possible that they can Triangle Strategy 2, yeah. It's possible that they did because, once again, because of the report, they said themselves that they're wary about this many HD 2D games. They already got Dragon Quest 3, you know. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are coming out. They probably have like maybe like one of the Quintet games, maybe Terranigma. That could be. They already did Live Alive as well. Then they did the PlayStation release of it. So that's a lot of HD 2D games from 2018 to 2024. That's how many that's Octopath 1, Octopath 2, Live Alive, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D, you know, Dragon Quest 1 and 2. So that's 6 games, right? So that's quite a number of games. So I think they want to slow things down, and I think Triangle Strategy is an easy game to cancel. You know, there are ways that they can make a Triangle Strategy 2, but if you get like the best ending, it wraps up everything. There's no need for a Triangle Strategy 2. Now, it would be nice. Now, some endings actually leave room for a Triangle Strategy 2, but the golden ending does not, you know? So everything's wrapped up. So it's not like you need to have a Triangle Strategy 2. If it was a one and done, it would suck, but it would be like, okay, cool, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Like, I would love a Triangle Strategy 2, but it's not like a franchise that I need to have. Like, because like I said, it wraps up very nicely, unless you don't get one of the perfect endings, you know, or like the golden ending. So I'd like it, but yeah, I think it's very possible that Triangle Strategy 2 was canned because, like, if they're looking at reducing the amount of HD 2D games. Oh, I forgot to add Triangle Strategy into those HD. So yeah, that's like 7 games. That's like, yeah, that's like 7 games now. Yeah, Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Dragon Quest 3, Live Alive, Octopath 1, Octopath 2, and Triangle Strategy. Yes, that's 7 games in 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 7 games in 7 years. So that's calendar years, right? If we count next year, so 7 games in 8 calendar years. Because I'm counting Dragon Quest 1 and 2. I counted that for this year, but it's next year. So, yeah, I can see them wanting to slow down a little bit. I don't count the mobile games. But yes, if you want to count the mobile Octopath Traveler, yes, you can count that as well. So, that would be 8. 8 and 8. I would love the HD 2D Chrono Trigger. I think if they wanted to do an HD 2D Chrono Trigger, that would be a game that would get greenlit. Because I think that there's an inherent built-in sales potential. I think that's an instant 2 million, 3 million in sales if they do that. So if they do Chrono Trigger HD 2D remake, that's an instant 2 million, 3 million people are probably going to buy that, right? So that would get greenlit if they were actually going to do it. I'm saying just hypothetically. Red Square was pulling back on releasing so many, but Octopath Traveler 2 is one of the best JRPGs I've played last gen. It was. I do think there will be an Octopath Traveler 3 or like a new Octopath thingy or something, but I just don't know how quick it's going to come, right? It did take them a solid, 4 or 5 years between Octopath 1 and 2, so they might take their time for the next one. And I always thought Triangle Strategy 2 would be something completely removed from the first game, but the same concept. I mean, yeah, they could do that. It could be like a like a Final Fantasy type style. Yeah, they could do something like that and just improve upon like more depth in the mechanics, but I can maybe see them doing like a Triangle Strategy like enhanced edition for like Switch 2, where like it's like an update and they just say take this, and they did add some extra content too as well. So I can see them maybe doing something like that. So yeah. Good question though about Octopath. I mean, I personally think that, yeah, they got to be careful about how many games they're releasing. Like if they do Terranigma, that'll be another game as well. So if they do Terranigma, that's another game to add to the list, which I think if out of any game, Terranigma might be like the best, I would say, like opportunity game, kind of like Live Alive. Live Alive was never localized outside of Japan. Terranigma was never localized outside of, well, it was in Europe, but it was never brought over to the US. Like the US team never brought it over. So they already did ActRaiser, but that was not HD 2D. They just did, regular graphics for that. So if they do Terranigma, they can do that game as well. So we'll see. Octopath Traveler 1-2 cartridge bundle. Yeah, you know what? There was a thought in my head and I lost it and I didn't know what it was. McClare, thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah, like an Octopath Traveler 1-2 bundle, all the extra content, everything just packed in. I think that's something that's probably very attractive for people. Just put it on there, 1080p, 60 frames on Switch, so where you can play, portable mode with that frame rate and the better resolution. And yeah, that'd be great, man. I would love that. And then maybe, enhance, if there's HD Rumble, 2 or whatever, enhance the HD Rumble. That'd be really good. All on one cartridge. That sounds like a good idea to me. So yeah, I'd like that. I hate Script for what they did to ActRaiser. I know people didn't like that remake, but it's better than nothing. Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger HD 2D honestly should be locked, given they did Live Alive. Yeah, I mean, they did Live Alive because Nintendo asked for it. So there's also that. You also have to. There's a big asterisk by Live Alive. Nintendo said, "Hey, can you do it?" And Nintendo paid for publishing and things like that, right? So Nintendo asked for Live Alive. So they said, "Okay, we'll do it," and Nintendo helped out. So obviously Nintendo would be down for like that, but I don't think they're gonna do Final Fantasy VI because they already did the Pixel remaster. So the Pixel remaster, it's not HD 2D, but they did clean it up. So I don't think they're gonna do Final Fantasy VI. I mean, they could. But I don't think they do HD 2D for that because they already have Pixel Remaster and that's selling well. But Chrono Trigger is definitely a possibility. So yeah, I can see Chrono Trigger maybe. I'd enjoy Triangle Strategy, but I had a hard time playing through it. Again, unlike Three Houses, because the choices mean a lot in Triangle Strategy. I feel like I have the story I want. Well, if you get the golden ending, there's no need to really play Triangle Strategy again, unless you're just trying to like max out and like, see other stuff. But yeah, like there's legitimately like bad decisions, right? There's like not good decisions in the game. So like you don't want to pick the bad decisions on purpose, So yeah. So it is what it is. Do you think Square Enix is still doing FF9 remake? Yes, I think FF9, they're just, I don't know what they're waiting for, but they're waiting for something, for sure. FF9 remake is coming. I think anything on like that Nvidia leak is still coming, unless it got canceled, but I don't think it got canceled. So yeah, I doubt it got canceled. So yeah. This is gonna get me copyrighted. They probably already tagged me already. Dang it. Yeah, copyright. Yeah, I was just thinking for a second. It's gonna get me copyrighted, but whatever. Like, I gotta remove. Let me just remove life will change from my mix. Just hide from the mix. FF8 remake. I doubt they're gonna remake FF8 because FF8 when they remastered it, they had to I mean, they could remake it, but I don't think they're going to because they already kind of had to remake it. They had to reverse engineer it because they lost the source code. So I mean, they could remake FF8, but I don't think the FF8 sales were good enough for them to say we're gonna remake it. I think they'll just leave it at the original game. I think you can play the original PS1 game, can't you? Can you download that? I'm not sure, but anyway, the remaster, I think they're just gonna leave it at that and then just kind of go from there. So when are we gonna predict the Switch 2 first party launch lineup? I mean, it's impossible. I'm gonna say it's impossible to predict, but it's probably not gonna be many games. I mean, one game, maybe two. So it's probably gonna be a 3D Mario. So I mean, that's my guess for the first party games. 3D Mario. I don't think they're gonna have much else outside of like 3D Mario and like maybe something else, maybe like one other smaller game. So yeah. Shout out Seventh Okage. Good looking out, man. I don't think they're gonna launch with 3D Mario and Mario Kart 9. I mean, they could launch with maybe Mario Kart 9, sure, but I maybe they launch with Mario Kart 9. I mean, they could, but I think it's gonna be 3D Mario than Mario Kart 9 later in the year, but we'll see for sure. Yes, one game. I think they're gonna launch with maybe one or two first party games because you don't want to launch with too many games, first party games, because you don't want to split the sales, you know, of it. You want everyone to pretty much just be excited for that game. So for example, the Switch launched with technically, I guess, two first party games, but really only one real first party game. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it was a massive success. Everybody played it. That's the defining game. And then the next month they released Mario Kart. And then the next number of months they released, okay, here's ARMS. Here, so they rolled it out. You don't want to, I don't think they're going to have 3 or 4 big launch games all right then and there because it jacks up the sales. So I don't see them launching more than one, maybe two, but I don't see them launching like a Mario Kart and a 3D Mario. Nah, I don't think that's a good idea. So I said 3D Mario. I think 3D Mario might be the launch game, but I mean it could be Mario Kart. I know it's a long shot. I hope we get a new Pilot Wings. I think Pilot Wings, like a smaller Pilot Wings game, is definitely possible. Would it be logical to say the new 3D Mario for Switch 2 will be Super Mario Odyssey 2 to mirror the original Switch and Mario Odyssey? No, it's not logical because Nintendo doesn't wait that long to make a sequel for a game like a Mario game, right? Like if they're gonna do like Odyssey 2, they would have already done it. So if you go back, think of like Mario Bros 1, they did Mario 2 right afterwards, but the whole it's too hard US thing, blah blah blah, whatever. We got the Doki Doki Panic reskin, but they did like a sequel to Mario Bros right after that, and it was like the same thing, right? Look at anytime that they've actually done a follow-up, it's close. Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario 3D World, they're within 2 years of each other. Look at New Super Mario Bros. All the games came out in succession. You know, they just boom, 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 then they dropped it. Look at Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2. Galaxy 1 came out in 2007, Galaxy 2 came out in 2010. If they were going to do a Odyssey 2, they would have done it years ago. They would have said, okay, Odyssey 1 comes out 2017, Odyssey 2 comes out maybe 2020 or 2021. They would have already done it. They're not going to wait 8 years and then say, here's Odyssey 2. Like, they're going to do a completely new concept, new idea, new everything, because otherwise, what's the point of waiting so long? If you're just going to do an Odyssey 2, you would have already been done that, you know? So, yeah, I don't see them doing that. They're going to do it on the same system if they were going to do an Odyssey 2. What do you think about cross-gen games? I think there's possibility for cross-gen. I've talked about that in my video, like Pokemon Legends and Metroid Prime 4. Those are possible cross-gen type games. It's almost impossible to guess the gimmick without joking around. Like Mario in space, and then it was like, oh snap, he's actually in space, you know? I'm guessing it's gonna be the first true ever real major 3D Mario game, open world, where like you just do stars or do missions right then and there. Like anything can happen. That's what I'm gonna guess. Like Bowser's Fury, that was just like the open-ended Mario game. So I'm guessing they're gonna take that concept and refine it, make the graphics look way better, and content and concepts and things, and you know, all that. So that's what I'm guessing. Or maybe even like a huge main center area where you're doing, you know, different stuff, and then like you have like sub areas that are like segmented, like you go through pipes or whatever, you know. Could the mouse sensor be backported to Switch 1 Joy-Con? No, probably not. No. Odyssey 2 would have been out by now if it was coming. Exactly, it would have been out by now. I just figured Odyssey 2 with the Switch 2 that'd be an appealing match. But you have a point. I mean, sure, but you know what would be more appealing? A brand new, completely new concept Mario game. I mean, what's more appealing? Getting Odyssey and then just getting a better version of Odyssey? Like, oh wow, more Odyssey. Or getting a completely new ideas, new concept, new game. I think that's more exciting. And then also pairing that with like whatever the hardware, right? Like whatever new features that you're doing, you know? I think that's a bit more exciting than just saying, hey, we're getting a sequel to Odyssey. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's exciting. It would be good, but I mean, that's a little bit too long to wait. Like, why would you wait that long to do a follow-up, you know? It makes more sense to just make a new concept. I mean, they could, but I don't see it. Nintendo doesn't usually do that. So, I mean, I don't see them doing something like that. There's a first time for everything, though, you know? Personally, I don't want to collect 999 moons again. Yeah. So let's see if what you're saying is true. That a lot of people hate the game. Wow. What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't want. I mean, I don't want to collect all those moons again. Some of those moons are super annoying. Give me like 250. Give me 250 like power stars or something like that. Give me that, and I'll be good, you know? Because people hate open world games. I don't think people hate open world games. Cyberpunk is not open world and people love that game now. Or sorry, Cyberpunk is open world and people love that game. People love GTA. People love Breath of the Wild. People love Tears of the Kingdom. Those are the best selling Zelda games of all time. People like open world games. Trust me, when GTA comes out, that's going to sell more than everything. Hope you are well, OJ. I know you've made a video on third-party support for Switch. Hopefully, Okami 2 comes to Switch 2, maybe Onimusha. I think those will come eventually. Mac Meg with the $5 speech.
Do you think we'll get Persona 3 Reload, Metaphor Refantasio,
that's already
Elden
been,
Ring,
that's already
the
been
next 3D
leaked,
Mario game
rumored.
and Mario Kart game, and Metroid Prime 4 all in the first year of Switch 2?
I don't know about that.
Also,
No.
can you play Light Plane Vocal Mix from Smash Ultimate
Ooh.
PLS?
That's a good one. No, I don't think we're going to get all of that in the first year. Is all that going to come? Probably. But in the first year, I don't know about all that. I mean, it's possible. Possible for sure. You know what else is possible? Even further beyond. Going further beyond. Let's go. Thank you so much. Mac Mega with the $5 dono. Be out here, man. Let's go. Vocal Mix. Kinda hate open, and that's you, but that doesn't mean everyone hates open world games. Open world games still sell incredibly well, so some people hate them, sure. Some people hate puzzle games. Some people hate all sorts of games. Some people hate fighting games. Some people hate lots of stuff, but doesn't mean people don't like it. Doesn't mean it's not gonna sell. Like I said, wait till what's it called? Wait till GTA comes out, and we'll see who hates open world games. Everyone hate open world games. All right, let's see how GTA sells. Let's see how that does. Then we'll see who hates open world games. So at least I don't know. At least online, I see people hating Zelda because it's open world. Okay, well, how many? So Zelda sold 50 million copies. So people have a really funny way of saying that they hate something. So it's outsold every other Zelda game, every other main Zelda game combined. So if that's what people say hate, then Nintendo's okay with that type of hate because that sold 50 million copies. So stop thinking that online is what everybody thinks. It's not. It's just a small hardcore gaming group. It's not what everybody thinks. Let's see here. So when an open world game is done right, it's great. Some of these open world games are too bloated. Yeah, I think it's just about designing the game right. I don't think open world is inherently bad. There's just some of you guys play bad open world games and you say I hate them. So stop playing bad open world games. So like the Ubisoft formula games, like when an open world game is good, it's not bad. Like if it's natural, like some games, like if you're playing like a cop game or if you're playing like a game like Cyberpunk, why would that not be open world? Like there are some games that just lend itself like to be like Witcher. Like Witcher's like why would that not be open world? Like that's a game that needs to be open world, you know? Like it's not going to be mission based like Assassin's Creed or not Assassin. It's not going to be mission based like Ninja Gaiden or something like that. It's an adventure game. So yeah, like it just lends itself to be open world. I mean, a lot of people don't want to be restricted like in certain pathways and stuff when they play big adventure games. So like The Witcher 4, people are gonna buy the hell out of that game. It's gonna be great. People are gonna be like, this is great, you know? So yeah, I get there's some people upset like with certain open world games because the ones that aren't as good, but the ones that are done well, people are gonna play and buy them and enjoy it. So yeah. People are too quick to write off entire concepts because of bad apples somewhere else. It's like the whole idea of open world game is bad because Ubisoft exists. I know, seriously. Let's see, OJ. People who bought the people who hate Zelda all bought the game. OJ. People who hate Zelda all bought the game. There's a lot of people who this is their first Zelda game. There are so many new people to Zelda, to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom that love that style of game. You know how I know this? They didn't buy Skyward Sword like that. If everyone's saying I hate open world and no Zelda, it's so where's all this? And don't tell me that it's already released because nobody bought it on the Wii either. Compared to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, or even compared to Twilight Princess, nobody played Skyward Sword like that. So you got a 1080p, 60 frames per second version of traditional Zelda with dungeons and all of that. Where's all the sales for that game? Exactly. So. Nah, I like results. Don't get me wrong. People are allowed to talk. People are allowed to have their opinion, but I need facts to back it up. Not just people say this, so that means this. Nah. I need facts. I need facts to back it up because I'm bringing up sales numbers and you guys are saying, oh, well, people say this. Okay, people say a lot of things, but it's got to be backed up with data, not just your opinion or not just what you see online. Skyward Sword is goated. It's so goated, nobody bought it. Everyone hates open world though, right? Why didn't all those people that hate that hate open world? Why didn't they go buy all these Zelda fans that hate open world? Why didn't they go buy Skyward Sword like that? Why didn't that sell 50 million? Nobody bought that game on the Wii. So nobody bought that game like Tears of the Kingdom or like it didn't sell like Twilight Princess. So where's all the sales at? Like it sold well. It sold okay. Like it sold a few million. I think it sold like I think it outsold the original Wii version. Like that's okay, but if you're gonna start saying stuff like, "Oh man, nobody likes open world Zelda," okay, well then, where was all the support for Skyward Sword, a traditional Zelda game that ran better than Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, ran at 1080p 60 without any hitches really? Where was that at? And reviewed decently. All right then. Elden Ring is open world and it's sold all right. Yeah. So once again, the discourse won't be bad. If the game is good, then the game is good. It'll be fine. Only issue I have with a bunch of open world games is just because I don't have time for very many of them. I understand for sure. That's why you got to pick and choose which games that you want to play. Or what you want to do in those games. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. That's a good open world. I mean, I got tired of it, but that doesn't mean it's not good. You know, like I can separate like me just getting tired of it and it being a good game. Like I know it's a good game, but I got tired of the open world, but I know it's like a good open world game. You know, I played it for like 20 plus hours. So the fact that I even put that much time into it shows that there's definitely some good design in there. So yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that one, Ryuka. Skyward Sword is the worst Zelda game next to Majora's Mask. That's the bad example to judge traditional Zelda games on that one. Okay, name a traditional Zelda game that sold as much as Tears of the Kingdom. Name another Zelda game that sold as much as Tears of the Kingdom. Go. Traditional Zelda. How about Link's Awakening? That's more of a traditional 2D Zelda. How about Echoes of Wisdom? Those ones doing as good? That's more of a traditional Zelda with dungeons and stuff like that. Yeah, it's got some new stuff in there, but okay. Link's Awakening. All right, Twilight Princess. Let's start naming them. Wind Waker. All right, name them. Let's go. I'm waiting. No, I'm not saying that sales tell the whole story. He brought up sales with that. So he said, oh, it's the worst one. That's a bad example. So I said, okay, we'll bring up anything else. Go ahead, go. I'm waiting. Some game ideas can, sure, some game ideas can split the fan base, but some game ideas can also expand the fan base, which the people that get upset, they don't want to admit that there's new fans. A lot of the old heads in Zelda, they have a hard time admitting that there's new people. You hit the nail on the head, sure. But these people don't want to admit that there's new fans. They don't want to admit that there's new kids that are born. Everybody thinks that they grew up with Ocarina of Time. People don't want to admit this. I've listened to many Zelda podcasts. They don't want to admit that there's kids, that kids exist. New kids that don't bend over for Ocarina of Time like you guys all do. And Twilight Princess. There's newborn kids. There are kids that are born in 2012, 2019, 2018. Kids born in 2013 that do not give a damn about your nostalgia. You guys don't want to admit that. Like, you guys refuse to admit that. And that's fine. It doesn't matter because the facts are the facts. You know? Y'all don't want to admit that kids exist with the old franchise, that there's new fans. I'm sorry, but it's the facts. There are new fans. It's not just the same old fan base. Guys, listen. No Zelda game sold more than like what, 10 million? It wasn't. Where did this 50 million come from? This 30 million plus from Breath of the Wild, 20 something million plus from Tears of the Kingdom. It ain't just come out of thin air. There are new people born, and they're like, wow, this looks cool. I'm gonna play this. New people are born. Because you can take the entirety of who loved Zelda and bought Zelda, and it's doubled for Tears of the Kingdom, and it's more than tripled in terms of sales for Breath of the Wild. So what does that mean? That means there are new people expanding that have never played or that don't know about Zelda that are now playing it. This is not my opinion. This is factual. So the reason I notice is because the fighting game community argues about this all the time. The fighting game community does not expand. The only fighting game that's selling more is Smash Brothers. Every other fighting game either sells about what it did before or sells yet less or slightly better. The fighting game genre is not expanding to a bunch of new people and a bunch of people. Like, it's not selling in like how Smash Brothers sells. It's not selling like that. Look at Mortal Kombat 1. That's not expanding. More people aren't playing the game. Less people are. So yeah, if you make a bad idea and you split the fan base and you don't expand, you're in trouble. Because you got the same base or less people that are buying that. But that's not the case with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Fighting games aren't expanding like that. And fighting games have not been growing an install base for a while. Like, it's a lot of the old fighting games sold better than the newer fighting games. Like Street Fighter 2, that sold better than a lot of the new fighting games. Street Fighter 4, the original Street Fighter 4, that sold better than a lot of the new fighting games that come out. A lot of the old Mortal Kombat sold just as good as new fighting games that come out. You know? So yeah. No, Jay, we need an M-rated Zelda ASAP, Ocarina of Time. Who cares about kids? Who cares? I didn't mean it worse sales. I meant Zelda fans don't want to buy it, but just give us a good 3D Zelda and turn out in droves. That's what happened with Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild. We'll see if they actually turn out in droves, though. Skyward Sword is a good Zelda game. They did not turn out in droves. So, Link's Awakening is a good Zelda game. They turned out, it was good sales, but they didn't turn out like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Echoes of Wisdom is a good Zelda game, but they didn't turn out like that. But you said 3D Zelda, so... But Skyward Sword is a good Zelda game. It's not bad. That's not true. Guilty Gear Strive sold way less than the rest of the series. The OG fans... Guilty Gear Strive sold way less. I don't know about that. Guilty Gear Strive actually sold... Didn't it sell over 1 million? Guilty Gear's never been a big seller. So I don't... Guilty Gear's never been a big seller. You said it sold way more? How much did Guilty Gear sell? Guilty Gear sold what, a million? How much more than that than the previous games? I mean, it couldn't be that much more. So, and you named one game. I named a bunch of franchises that have sold. I named Street Fighter. I named Mortal Kombat. You can even say to a degree Tekken. Some of the Tekken games like Tekken 3 has sold just as good as the newer Tekken games. I named a bunch of franchises. You name one, then say that's not true. What type of logic is that? I named multiple franchises. You named one. And on top of that, once again, I don't think the sale, I mean, yeah, the sales are better, but like, Guilty Gear has always been a really low-selling franchise to begin with. And it's always been a franchise that's been locked off to like one system, or they do super late ports. They did a good job of having it on multiple platforms, and they're expanding it to Switch. That's also good. So, DNF Duel did not make well on the Switch. Will Strive also be the same? I don't think DNF Duel didn't sell well on any platform that it was on. So, I don't think Strive, and I don't think they're looking at crazy sales for Strive considering how late it is. So I don't really think it's gonna sell anything crazy. Speaking of new kids, that's why I don't understand why some say Switch 2 is gonna sell way less than Switch 1. Nintendo's running out of people to sell Switch consoles to. Well, yeah, you got to sell the people the Switch 2 console. So if anything, you're making new fans and getting them ready to buy this console. So I don't know where that's coming from. Fighting games, hardcores always hate on new and romanticize the old in the lifespan. Look at Street Fighter 5 revisionism compared to Street Fighter 6. Totally befuddling after 5 was deemed bland. Yeah, I mean, it happens. That's the cycle with these games, man. That's the cycle with fighting games. People do this all the time, and it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting situation for sure. You know. F them kids. Listen, man. Kids are the future. You gotta make sure that the kids grow up right, because kids, by the time that you get old, kids are gonna be running everything. So if you don't teach these kids right, you're gonna end up being screwed. You know? Unless you got FU money, which most of us don't. So these kids are our future. So teach them right. Let them know right from wrong. Teach them the right ways. If you bring them up in the right way, it's gonna make it better for everyone. Tekken's one of the Tekken 7 highest selling the franchise. Street Fighter 6 on track. Street Fighter 5 already soon. Street Fighter 2 sold just as much. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying, brother. Superpower Man. Street Fighter 2 sold just as much as those ones, if not more. Once again, Tekken 3 is sold. You didn't understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that those games don't sell well. What I'm saying is that they're not expanding. They're not getting way bigger. Zelda is considerably bigger now. Listen to the argument. Listen to my discussion. Listen to what I'm saying, and focus before you talk back. Listen, Superpower Man. Zelda is considerably bigger now than it was back in the day. Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom has outsold the entire franchise of mainline Zelda games. Tekken did not do that. 2 Tekken games did not do that, because previous Tekken games sold incredibly well. Tekken 3, in particular, sold incredibly well. So they are not expanding. They are not expanding to big bases. They've got bigger install bases than ever before now. They've got better marketing and everything, yet they're not expanding way higher than previous games in sales. Not to the level of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom compared to Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, all the old Zelda games. You can literally put them all together and they don't equal the sales of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Heck, you can put a lot of them together and they don't even equal the sales of Breath of the Wild. So what does that tell you, Superpower Man? That is the base is expanding. Sure, people can be split on it, but there are new people playing. Are there a ton of new people playing Tekken and all that played it before? Maybe, maybe not. But Tekken 3 sold incredibly well. So there might be some new people, but it's not expanding way bigger than what it was. It's doing okay, sure, on track, great. But Street Fighter 2 sold really good too. Do you not understand what I'm trying to say here? Nobody's saying that these games don't sell to people. They sell. But are they blowing out what they did before, like Breath of the Wild expanded? Which, by the way, Nintendo detailed this. I talked about this. They detailed it, how they've expanded to a brand new audience. Because if you're selling 7 million copies of Twilight Princess, but now you are selling 20 to 30 million copies of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, clearly something happened there. That's not just a, oh, well, looks like all the fans decided to buy 4 copies of the game this time around. It's the fact that new people are buying it. New kids are getting involved. You know, new people are buying it. It looks like a lot of these old fighting games, you're just cycling out. People that used to buy it don't buy it anymore, you know? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to tell you is not that these games aren't selling. So for example, look at this. Let me give you an example. Tekken 3. Tekken 3 came out on the PS1, right? Tekken 3 sold 8.36 million sales. 8.36 million on one system. Just on the PlayStation 1. Okay? Tekken Down has, what, has multiple platforms. It's got PC. And it's, I'd be surprised if it hit 8.36 million. And that's compared to just Tekken being on one platform. The PS1. And now Tekken 7 and Tekken 8 or whatever, they're on everything, right? They're on PC, they're on PlayStation, they're on Xbox. Yet I'd be surprised if it hit 8.36 million. I'd be very surprised. You know? So the bases aren't growing because they're not beating out what they did before. They're just shuffling in new people, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? Superpower Man, like there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. That's still, they're making plenty of money. I'm not pocket watching them. I'm just saying, like, when you're talking about splitting fan bases and all that, a lot of you guys are having trouble realizing that, yeah, you might not like it, but there's like 12 million new people that do, that you're not wanting to account for, or that you're just ignoring. That's all I'm saying, okay? It's not, so I think I explained myself better now, you know? That's incredibly good for a fighting game back in the day. People don't know, man. Tekken brought the heat, bro. Tekken brought the heat. Even if we say like Tekken 2 sales. Tekken 2 sales. Bro, Tekken 2 sold 5.7 million. Like, that's wild, man. Like, that is really, really, really good. So, Tekken was putting up numbers back then, you know? Tekken was putting up numbers, man. Tekken 8 is your first Tekken. Tekken 7 is best selling in the series now. Tekken 7 has sold... Yeah, Tekken 7 sold 10. So that's good, but once again, it's on like multiple different platforms. This was on one. So it's not a dramatic increase over Tekken 3. It's a million plus over, that's good. But what I was saying, my discussion was that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have dramatically expanded their base from what they did before. Not like a million or so more. We're talking, you know, we're talking like 20 million. I'm not talking like 1 million or 2 million or 3 million. I'm talking like 20 million plus more of new fans, of new people that didn't play it back in the day, that didn't know what it was or whatever the case is. Because like Zelda would usually top out, like the max that you could get for a Zelda game would be like 10 million units. And that's if all things go well. Ocarina of Time, maybe Twilight Princess, you combine like 10 million was like tops. And that's after it's gone to like ghetto prices too, you know? That was the tops. But now the tops for Zelda is like 30 million plus for Zelda. So it's tripled, you know? So you old people aren't buying anymore. I need to introduce the classics to youngins. Introduce the classics to the youngins. Let them know. Let them know how great Tekken is. Let them know how great, you know, these old school fighting franchises are. Let them know. But nobody's saying, I want to make sure that I'm very clear. Nobody's saying these fighting games can't do well, that they can't do better. I know Mortal Kombat 10 sold incredibly well. Mortal Kombat, I think 10 and 11. I think 11 sold really good. Yeah, that sold 12 million copies. So that's pretty good. That's really good. But Mortal Kombat 11 sold 15 million. Goodness gracious, that sold a lot. 15 million for Mortal Kombat 11. So that's definitely gotten bigger. But Mortal Kombat's always been a really good selling franchise. It's always been a really good selling franchise. But Mortal Kombat 1 is not selling as good. But that game's not good. It's not as good. Do we even know what it sold? 4 million about 4 million in sales. So yeah, it's doing okay. So yeah. It is what it is, though. Didn't Tears of the Kingdom sell 10 million in 3 days? It did. So did Scarlet and Violet. Planning to show my cousin kids the NSO games this weekend. Added them to the family plan. Yes, sir. What you gotta do, show them the classics. You show them that, it's good stuff. Yeah, I mean, listen, Mortal Kombat 1 is not a great game, so I'm not gonna lump it. I mean, because like Mortal Kombat was on a pretty good trajectory, you know, but yeah, I don't know why they didn't make just like take Mortal Kombat 11 and just make a really good version of I don't know why they didn't just build off of Mortal Kombat 11. I don't know why they decided to reset everything with Mortal Kombat 1. I think that was a bad idea. I think that was a pretty bad idea. I don't think it was a good idea to do that. So yeah. Overall, at least. Blame Liu Kang and Raiden. Blame those two. They're the two that are the ones to blame. Nobody else is at fault, though. Nobody else at fault. Hit that like button, though, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're someone new. Click that notification bell. If you have not clicked that notification bell, hit the notification bell. Let them know. Oh, the movie didn't help. The horrible movie? Wasn't the movie good? Wasn't the movie good? Or was it not good? Let's say due to the growth of a lot of the fighting games community argues about new versus old, just like Zelda community. Okay, if that's what you're talking about, that's fine too. But once again, you know, there's a lot of people that aren't getting their say in. You know, when it comes to that, right? You just got like the old heads talking about it, but there's a lot of people, a huge base of people, you know, that aren't getting their say. And they just play the games, you know. But that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. People are allowed to obviously discuss, you know. So yeah. As casuals play MK for the fatalities. Yeah, casuals do. Water buffaloes. Nope. Not a fan. Not a fan. You're spamming it, so time you out. Expansion DLC did not sell. They had to discount it. Apparently, they said that they canned some of the extra content too. So yeah. Apparently. My son loves Tekken Advance 4 on the GBA, but he grew up with the Vita. Tekken Advance 4 on the GBA? That's crazy. Good stuff overall. If you guys have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming. We are out here. We've pretty much exhausted all of our topics though. So while we have a little bit of time, we can go over anything else you guys wanted to go over. So yeah. I love fighting games. I wish more people play them, but I don't think they'll ever be mass market. It just depends. Depends on what type of fighting game you're making. I mean, obviously, you make a game like Smash Brothers, that becomes mass market. Mortal Kombat, it's like kinda like it was. Like if you sell 10 million, 50 million, that's pretty mass market. And they did it with that M rating and it being crazy, so that's even more impressive. But yeah, I mean, if you're talking about like, will it ever be like mass market with like Mario or something like that? Probably not. Or like Zelda selling like 30 million or like 20 something million, probably not for like most fighting games. But yeah, I don't think it's possible for most fighting games to do that well, but you never know. Hulk Hogan getting booed was satisfying. Yeah. It was satisfying. It was good. I mean, I'm over it though. I'm kind of over it. I just think it's funny when people try to say, "Oh, well, people don't like him because of this." It's like, no, people don't like him because he's a racist. Like that's the reason why people don't like him. I mean, there are people that don't like him for other reasons, but it's mainly because he's a racist. That's the main reason why people don't like him. So yeah. Tekken Advance is basically Tekken 3, but tag team 3 versus 3. I've never played Tekken Advance. I think I played the Tekken game on the 3DS, and I played the Tekken games on the PS2. I've played Tekken on PS3, but I have not. I don't think I've played Tekken on the Game Boy Advance. Do you know the sales of Marvel vs. Capcom arcade collections? No, they haven't announced those. Capcom will announce them probably at their next investors meeting, though. They'll probably announce what the sales are at. If it's done $1 million or whatever, they'll talk about it. So we'll get it in February. Because of the cancellation of the new DLC, they are moving on to a new Mortal Kombat. That's probably the best idea, is to move on to a new Mortal Kombat. Take what you did with Mortal Kombat 11 and just make a way better game from that. So I think that's a good idea, because people were not vibing. From what I understand, people were not vibing with Mortal Kombat 1. So yeah. Let's see. I'm pretty sure they made their money back with Mortal Kombat 1. I just think that it didn't do as well as maybe they thought it could do long term. Hoping for Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Yeah, that'd be good, man. Tatsunoko versus Capcom would be really good. Be really, really, really good if there was Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I'd like that as well. I used to play that game back on the Wii all the time. It's good stuff. But yeah, like I said, I think we've exhausted pretty much all of our topics for tonight. So we're going to call it here. And I'm going to say thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream tonight. I do appreciate it. If you guys have not seen my video, you're going to want to watch my video that I did today on the release date and leak stuff for the Nintendo Switch 2. Tomorrow, I don't know if we're going to have, like, there's more information that has came out. But yeah, we'll see. So I was at 3 million in terms of growth. It's a lot compared to, I mean, yeah, it's good, but it's not the amount that that Zelda's at, not even close, in terms of the growth. But yeah, that's not bad. I didn't know Strive was at 3 million though. Did they sell that much? Let me double check. Did they actually get up to 3 million? That's good for them. All those damn discounts. Yeah, 3 million for that. July 2024, 3 million copies. That's good for them. I think that's why they probably greenlit the Switch version. But thank you guys so much for coming out to tonight's stream. Thank you guys for being awesome. Watch my most recent video. Watch this video. If you haven't seen it, watch this vid. Check it out. Thank you guys so much for coming out to tonight's stream. Thank you guys for being awesome. I really appreciate you guys coming through. Seriously, you guys were awesome. A lot of good discussions back and forth. All of that good stuff. So I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys just coming through, man. And like I said, big love to all the people that are affected. If you're family or friends, I'd appreciate that to keep the people of Los Angeles in your in your prayers and in your thoughts and all of that, because it's getting pretty bad. I know Paul Gale getting somewhat close to him, so I'm far away from it, but I just wanted to send that out there, man. So yeah, it just sucks, man. I'm just seeing so much stuff right now, so keep them in your thoughts, man. And thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. I do appreciate it. All right, check out that vid if you haven't seen it, and we'll see you guys. I might take tomorrow off. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what happens, but I might take streaming off tomorrow. But then we'll be back, on Friday, either early stream or late stream. So, all right, guys, love y'all so much. Take care. We'll see you guys for the next one. Peace out, homies. And shout outs to everybody that dropped donos today. Big love to Clabby, Sandstorm, Mac Mega, Sicilian, Clabby once again. It's your boy, J2. Thank you to all the Elite Ninjas. You guys are all awesome too. Karen. Charlie, thank you for the subscription. Chris Gamer ST, Ambu Cheese, Game Vibe, thank you so much. V, D Money, thank you guys so much for the support. All right, guys, love y'all.